Hello.
Hello, hello.
Whoa!
How y'all doing?
Doing
I was doing good.
great.
I
How are
thought
you?
you.
All right.
It's
I've
hot.
been busy. Yes, it is hot.
I
Oh, it's
heard
a hot
Indiana had a heat
one.
index of 102 or 110 today.
The highest that I've seen today was 95. If it got any hotter, I don't know.
Oh, yesterday for
Shoot.
us over here it was like 101 up here. Yeah.
I'm about to say about 7:20, 7:15 this morning, it was 90, 95, something like that early this morning. Now, when I left work today, a little after 5, it was 95 and started raining, so it dropped it down 3 degrees.
Whew.
Oh,
It's too
geez.
hot out there,
Wow.
folks. Way
Way
too
too
hot.
hot.
Yeah. Uh, but here's the good thing. We did have that really bad storm. Um, what was it? Monday night, Nick? Was it Monday night that we
That
had
was
that storm, or
Tuesday.
Tuesday night? Tuesday? Okay, so
It
we
was
had that
Tuesday.
really bad
Yeah.
storm, and because of how hot it is, here in the next couple of days, it should be dry enough for me to be able to mow my yard.
Well, come mow mine while you're at it.
I already mowed
Yeah,
my lawn before the heat wave struck.
Sorry, I'm trying to share it out.
Just index of 115 at index of
I,
115 in Atlanta, Georgia. Jeez.
Atlanta's terrible about heat.
Look up my heat index. I don't know what mine was.
I never got the notification that we were live.
I got the notification. I'm just
You
trying
never
to
did?
share and it's giving me
Here, hold on.
problems.
And now I'm
Yeah,
sharing it
I got
out.
the notification already.
No one cares about you, Nick.
Well,
Well, at least I don't pretend to love you, Nick.
By the way, you're live.
yeah.
Need help share. Oh, it's Howie.
It was 101
Not
here.
Howie Odell.
Was the heat index.
Look up mine because I'm still trying to
Oh,
share. I'm
hi,
just
Howard.
curious.
No, it's Howie. Howie Odell.
Howie Mandel.
No, it's
Odell,
oh,
he
one
said.
second. I got Odell.
I had to do that.
Open your ears.
Ain't gonna work for me, Eileen. Ain't gonna work for
You
me.
may have to,
It said 95 for you
Jeremy. You're
today.
gonna have to.
That was it for the heat index? There's no way because it was over that for the heat.
No.
Jeremy, you better put that little banner up for the Facebook users.
Yeah, I guess I better. It's become a running.
If
It's
seems like
become a
most-
running joke now.
to
One thing
comment,
I know,
show
it
your
just
names.
seems like
Well, and one thing
yeah, it just
I'm
seems like it's
noticing.
always like that from the beginning.
Well, one thing I've been noticing, if everybody who's showing up Facebook user can say where you went to get the link, I've noticed that if you go to someone's personal page, sometimes it does that. No, I mean, because I'm logged into StreamYard and it does that to me all the time. If I go straight to someone's page, getting that link.
Actually, from what I noticed a few shows ago, because I was streaming the show to my personal page, the comments being said there weren't making it to the StreamYard chat.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
So yeah, so that's why I stopped streaming there and started using one of the other things pages.
Mm-hmm.
Because I felt bad that they were messaging us, and I felt like we were ignoring them when really
Right.
we weren't getting those messages.
See, when the heat
Yeah,
index
breeze
is
is
lower
always
than the
good.
heat, that just means you had a breeze coming through. Oh, jeez.
Well, it didn't feel breezy.
Hey,
I can
Lori.
say that.
No, Joanne, you're showing up.
Yeah,
Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
Maury's
good.
on.
What's up, Brad?
Maury, we cannot wait to see you next week.
Oh, you guys are seeing him next week?
Lori Wagatha?
You guys are seeing him?
Yeah,
Wait,
her
who?
daughter owns Wildwood.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep. Her daughter Brooke is the owner of Wildwood.
Does she want to see you?
Nurhide did not know that.
Well, whether she does or not, she's going to.
Hang on.
Hey everyone. There's so many people popping up. Hey everyone.
Yeah,
What's
we're
up,
getting a
Dawn?
lot
Yeah,
of
there
people
is.
in here.
Hey, Elliot.
Oh, hi,
Good to
Elliot.
see you.
Welcome to the show. Yeah, I'm sharing
First
this
time
out
watching this show.
to all groups that I can before I get stopped.
That don't take long.
No, it
No, I
doesn't.
want to say it's about
Oh, that actually looks
50 shares, maybe a little more.
Cool.
79.
Brad says, feeling a lot better today. Were you sick, Brad?
I feel bad because I don't know a lot of these people.
I know what
all right.
I know who
Well,
he is.
that's Brad.
Hi, Brad. Nice to meet you.
It is.
So
how.
Brad-
It is
Don't
how.
worry about her.
Oh,
She has
yeah.
enough people talking to her. Don't worry about it.
Brad is actually Cracked Skull Paranormal. He's one of the guys out there that's building equipment.
More power to you because, yeah. Y'all, I got to put Boozy in the hospital. Boozy's acting funny, so Boozy's got to go in the hospital.
Oh, what did you
What-
do? What did you do to
is
him?
he saying boop boop instead of beep beep?
No, so I turned him off. I was at the old Hazelhurst Hospital this past weekend, and I turned him off when for the trip. And when I went to pick him up, he started going off. And I looked, he's still off, and so he would do it every now and then. So I was like, okay, you got to have a short somewhere, so can't use you. So he has to go in the hospital and get some repairs done.
Brad, was it a heat stroke?
Oh gosh, this heat, no matter where you are right now, is nothing to play with.
No, it's
That
not.
would explain why he got so
Yep, it's
quiet
all
on
over
me
the place.
last night. So he was messaging me from work, and the lines had gone down, so he started to have to work extra hard because of what his position was. And we were talking back and forth, and then all of a sudden there's just silence.
The devil's
Now that explains it.
It's the Rift Radio Network
thank
supporting
you.
show.
Thanks to everyone who's supporting. If y'all weren't here, we'd be just talking to each other, not talk to these crazy fools enough. Because I don't pick on anyone. Everyone picks on me, and I pick on no one. I'm the innocent one.
Bullshit!
Yeah.
Nobody's in the same room as
I'm
you.
gonna call you out on that one.
You almost knocked me out of my chair for saying that.
Believe a word that this woman here says. Okay, right?
Yeah. Yep. Wait.
It's Adrienne picks on everyone. That's Adrienne. Y'all are confusing me. It's the different blonde.
Adrienne just doesn't put up with anybody's shit.
Yeah, I just tell it like it is. I don't
Exactly.
pick too much. Now, I do pick on Eileen, but yeah, I got to a state putting up with nobody's shit. I'm too old for that shit.
Michael went on his very first, my husband went on his very first investigation this weekend. And so people were seeing how I was getting picked on. I said, now y'all see why I pick on everybody else? I'm outnumbered in my house. There's too many boys.
Guys, give me a second here. I got a technical issue and I just fell out of the chair for it. Damn it.
Oh.
the lightning struck him instead of you
HDMI
when you
cable.
lied.
Because he wouldn't give me the cup. It's still about the cup.
Ah, damn it. I'm trying to get the HDMI, the cable, the plug came out somehow, so I'm trying to get it plugged back in.
There we go. I just got stopped. Oh no! Now I'm at it again. Maybe. Yep. That's the end of my sharing.
Now you can start your
Oh, you
show
got
theme, Jeremy.
What?
Where in the world is Nick Muley?
Yeah,
Hey, I'm right here.
that's right.
I just gotta
But
fix
Nick
something.
actually made it here on time. Well, actually, I don't.
Yep.
Actually, I was a little late getting here myself.
Was Adrienne the first one here?
No, I had to let her in.
I'm about to say,
Mine just keeps telling me that I'm offline and have to refresh. This is something new. I don't know what's going on.
the heat wave. Just blame it on the heat wave.
It probably is. Let's see. Approved. Yep, so far everybody's approving. Not leaving any groups tonight yet. Yeah, actually, I have been leaving a whole bunch of different groups on the Facebook groups because a lot of them were archived. Some of them were set to where only the admin of the group can post. I'm like, yeah, I don't need that. And then there was a bunch of cooking groups that I was in. I don't know why. So I got out of those. Bye, Nick. And then as I was going through the thing, I noticed that I'm in a whole bunch of movie groups. Hellraiser fanatics, Friday the 13th fanatics. So I'll probably get out of those as well.
And you're probably in Richard Marx lover fanatics. You're probably
I'm only in two. I'm only in two. Just two of them that matter. Breathe
Okay,
in.
so we've had a
breathe
lot
out.
of shit happen on shows, but falling out of somebody's chair. I've seen a lot of people drunk on shows. Nobody's fell out of a chair.
I pushed him. Sorry. Brad says, "Are you in pirate cosplay fanatics?"
No.
R.
No.
Say it through R.
Iron Lady. Hi, Jennifer.
Jennifer. Do y'all know Jennifer and I have not been friends on Facebook until just recently? I did not even know that.
Because apparently she lost her mind recently. She knew better.
I know, right? What can I say? I drugged her. I sent her some drugs, and that's when she accepted the friend's request. But it's funny how you don't realize, because you see people so much that you don't realize you're not friends.
Yeah.
On Facebook. You're in so many group chats together. You're in so many of this, that, the other. You don't even realize it. So what's Wild Bill trying to say when you don't have a patch on?
Well, I'll tell you this. When I don't have the patch on, everything looks wonky. But that's a personal problem, man.
Thanks, Aiden.
You looked wonky before the incident. What you talking about?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
Oh, Brad, we so need her to do that. So need her to do that.
I don't know. That's
she could do a skull and crossbone on it.
Brad, just get one, have her do it, and send it to him. Then he'll have to wear it.
Because it's so bad. Because you just can't do that to his daughter and not wear it.
And the sad thing is, Brad has my address.
Yo,
If he didn't, I'd help him out. It's okay.
speaking
Yeah.
of joking around with people, you know how we always call David Childers parapimp? Well, I said he would wear anything someone gave him, so I blinged out some blue jeans and I blinged out a blue jean shirt, but he ended up moving before I can give him the shirt, trying to make him wear it. I did. I put like sequins and all that on there.
I bet you he wears it.
I bet you he would. Now I'm just waiting for him to
He
come
will.
back so I can give it to him.
Just mail it to him. You got his address?
Nope. He's got to come back.
No.
That's the rule.
Yeah. Uh-oh. What do we have here?
Did he try to come back?
No, for me. My computer wants me to restart it sometime. Updates. But luckily, this is not going to be one of those forced
You're cutting out
restarts.
bad.
Okay, so it is him, not me. Okay.
I'm cutting out?
Yeah, it sounds like you're underwater. Give it a
Can you hear
second.
me now?
Okay, you're good now.
It was a lot of crackling on. I didn't know because it was just thundering outside, so I didn't know if that was me, but you proved it wasn't me.
No, it shouldn't be me because I actually reset my router earlier today.
It was you for about.
Oh, because you're perfect, Jeremy. Nothing happens to you electronically.
Oh, no. I used to always have Wi-Fi problems.
Remember, I don't pick on people.
Oh, shit.
Who's going to fall out of their chair next?
Jeremy.
I got arms on mine. I can't go anywhere.
Oh, it can still all go with you.
Mine
just turns on its own.
I'll just send spirits your way and have them grab the back of it and jerk you out of it. On camera so we can catch it too.
You go right on ahead and do
Bill,
that.
even Bill says he heard it.
And it was Jeremy's end. See?
Let me get a picture with the glitter eye patch.
Yeah. Yeah, Nick's gone. Hopefully he'll be back.
I never seen him come back up after hitting the floor.
He talked, but never said it, never showed. See, everyone's against you, Jeremy. It was you. Jennifer said it too. So, So just
I dare you to argue with Jennifer.
Just admit it.
Oh yeah, I've learned a long time. I learned real quick not to argue with Jennifer.
Okay.
Jaden, right now we're just talking about Nick falling out of a chair.
There are two things that I
tonight.
learned about Jennifer. One, you don't argue with her. And two, you can expect her to message you these most random things at random times.
Yep. All right, Jaden, this is how it's going to go. Give us a subject. Random off the wall subject.
Yeah, because if there are 4 hosts on this show, and if we do not have a guest, then it's pretty much a free for all.
Sometimes love our voices.
Yeah. Sometimes we try to start off with one subject and then we'll go in whatever direction.
Tea in China. All right, let's discuss tea in China. How political you want to get?
Is there any on the shelves in China? Because there's sure enough not any on the shelves down here.
The only thing gone here is tampons and formula.
Dude, I'm hoping that stays away and we can just not have to go to work those days. But get paid. It's a medical leave.
I can tell you all about
it. Go back to rags. I mean, what's going to happen now?
Yeah, no.
If they're gone, what do you do?
Do y'all know I was trying to make a dip the other day and I needed corn from the dip. Walmart did not have corn, like cans of corn. I had to go to another store and get and I had to spend almost $2 for a can of corn because it was an expensive store.
So get some corn, boil it, and cut it off the cob.
I wanted it cold for my cold dip, okay?
Stick it in some ice water.
and I wanted it now. Have y'all not
Cut
realized?
it off the cob and put it in the freezer.
That's a problem because we're not going to have shit now for a long time because this recession is coming.
Have y'all not realized
This
patience is not
recession's
my
already here.
Yeah, but it's about to get worse. If people can't hunt, fish, shoot somebody's ass off your property, you're screwed. What's the best paranormal activity you've had? I talked about mine last week. Actually, Ilene went on a hunt last weekend, so let her tell that.
Yeah.
So, where I was an old abandoned hospital, and some of the main activity is in the basement, which you really wouldn't think a lot of the basements. Hey, Chrissy, would have a lot of activity, but there was actually a murder in the basement. The lady, she was in her 70s, 80s, something like that, and she couldn't make stairs, so she always parked downstairs, walked past the maintenance shop, went up that elevator to get to her daughter's room because her daughter was in the hospital. The murderer has never been caught. It's a small town, so everybody's hush hush, and some people are still alive, so it's whatever. And so I've been to this location several times, and I didn't see it this weekend, but I've seen a shadow almost coming from the door of the downstairs and go to the elevator. The height fits about what her height should be, but she never made it to the elevator. And her body was found, and I forget what room it was at the time, but her body was found in a room diagonal from the elevator. Speculation, maintenance men, speculation, her son-in-law, because there was something to do with, I guess she had a business or some property that they didn't agree upon what she needed to do with it. But again, it was never caught. So every time, I don't know how many people know Beth Allen, every time I'm on an investigation, I was with TPPS, and I always call Beth. I cannot remember the lady's name that was murdered. And Lindy from TPPS was doing a session in the room, and Beth said somebody's behind her. And so she goes, I don't know if she belongs in the hospital or what, but it's a female, and her name starts with an E. And she started naming off all these names, but she goes, I can't get a grip of what the name is. So I went in another room so she could do her session and kept talking to Beth. And I come back, and Josh with TPPS had looked it up, and the lady's name was like Emma. I can't remember now. I have it wrote down, but Emma or something. But to have an E name, there's not a lot of names with E as much as just any other name. And so we're like, okay, well, we weren't getting any activity. It's only a 2-story hospital with a basement. So we go up to we end up on the second floor, and we're in the surgical room. And they've got salt circles kind of throughout the building, because sometimes the building is good energy. I mean, like just normal hospital energy, and sometimes it's not so good. So we're sitting there, and the K2 meters are going off. We were sitting around, and I did the whole, can you finish the knock? Or that knock. About that time, you heard. And my husband was actually on his very first investigation that night. And he's like, I heard that. Well, every time I did it, kept doing it. So I was like, okay, let me try something. So I knocked on the floor, and it didn't do it. And so I was like, okay, let me try something again. Knock back on the wall. If you've ever been in a surgical room, what's the walls made of? Tile. So I tried it again just to disprove that it was just an echo from the tile. Nothing again. Did it again. Nothing happened. So nothing happened after that point. So we're going to take a break. Half of us are smokers. So we go down, and we're outside. I'm back on the phone with Beth, telling her kind of what we just got. Go down and show her there's a lake right on the other side of the hospital, which I do believe bodies of water can help things. There's a train nearby. And now keep in mind, this is an abandoned building. It's been abandoned for, I believe, about 5 years. You've got sheetrock falling, ceiling falling. You have to watch where you are. Glass broken everywhere because it's in the middle of the neighborhood. Everybody uses it for everything but investigating. And so we always we have to take a sweep of the building before we do anything. So, but we could tell there was nothing going on the second floor because you would have heard people walking on the glass. But I'm over there and I was about to walk back into the basement to show her the basement again. Something said, don't go. So I go back to where the ambulance would pull in. That's kind of where we set up everything just to sit. And about that time, someone just appeared up from the lake. And I was just there. I don't know where they came from. It was a live person. And then someone comes out of the basement. So, of course, any evidence we caught, I kind of threw it out just because, even though we would have heard the glass, but I just threw all the evidence out just to be on the safe side. But guy comes out. He is so stoned. We have 2 people with guns with us. And everywhere we go, we have one person with a gun in the front, one in the back. This guy was so stoned when they pulled the guns, he paid no attention. They found his flashlight. I was like, "Whoa, we got a new flashlight." Because we figured if we took his flashlight away, because there's no power, they couldn't see in the dark. But rule of thumb, if y'all ever used motion sensors, what we ended up doing, because at that point we kind of went to, we were kind of really more worried about the living than the ghost, and nothing happened after that. Not a single noise. So we don't know if they were scared off, the spirits.
He's about to get banned for the rest of the show there.
What? Who, Bill?
Yeah, read that.
Yeah, I know.
No, I want to have the money. I want to have the money that Vegas has when I grow up.
Well, Bill, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to
not be that stupid.
Well, Bill, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to.
We can know about Zach Baggins.
What I was gonna say was, Bill, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to agree with Adrienne on this one.
But y'all, I don't know, do any of y'all use the old-fashioned motion detectors that you click and all? If you ever go in an abandoned building, I always use it for, of course, for motion and all. What I started doing that night, because, at a hospital, you have to walk through this set of double doors, then you have other double doors. So at the very end of the hallway where we couldn't see, I would set the motion detector there to try to catch a live person. So if y'all have any of those and you're ever in an abandoned building, forget them for the ghost. Use them to keep,
Are you talking about those circular ones that you can just set down?
Yeah, they're white and they're about this tall, and they have a circle in the middle, and then they have the motion set, and then you have 2 keychains. You go up in front of them and you click them. I think Adrienne's got one. I think she's going to get.
Okay, because I do have a couple of motion detectors, but they're smaller. They're smaller than this mouse. In fact, it would take about 2 of them to make this size.
No, mine are probably bigger than my cell phone, or right about the size of my cell phone.
No.
But let me tell you, I never thought about that. But like we go into so many abandoned buildings, and we are worried about the living. And look, I grabbed pipe. We were down in one part of the basement where we were trying to recheck to make sure no one's there. And I grabbed a pipe. We found some scissors. I gave scissors to Lindy. I was like, hey, they might be dull, but you use it far enough. Because this guy was out of his mind. That was probably the most scared I've ever been on an investigation.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's really something else.
Using SLS on her iPod. Wow.
Now, there is an SLS app
Bill.
that I've tried to use, and actually I do like that. I don't know how many people have ever used that. It was brought to my attention, and it seems to catch the same thing that other people use when they're using the other SLS, the expensive ones.
I've seen a lot of people use the SLS. Myself personally, I'm not a fan of them because 90% of it is false positives.
Every bit of equipment I feel is more to justify what you're feeling. I don't really use equipment to say, oh, there's a spirit. It's more to justify what you hear, what you see, what you feel, just to give you that extra oomph.
Yeah.
I got an old park in 2 weeks. I go back to Old Park.
Oh, jeez. Speaking of which,
I go back to Wildwood next week.
yep, and that'll be my first time going to Wildwood.
I'm really excited about this because out there at Wildwood, there's more than just the building itself. There's a cemetery almost immediately behind Wildwood, and then across the train track there's a big cemetery. I think they're two separate cemeteries, but they're right next to each other.
Oh, really?
At the big cemetery, the doctor that was at Wildwood Sanitarium is buried there.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to find out the doctor's name. I don't remember his name, so I'll have to get a hold of John and find out because I kind of remember about where he's buried. So maybe we can go check that out before we go to the sanitarium.
Oh, definitely. That would be great.
Yeah. I have to comment on Wild Bill's comment.
Let's see.
Wild Bill, I would be the one tripping over the wires and setting off the grenade. So I can't do that. If you ever meet me,
I know you would.
I might be slick and trying to steal cups, but I am not the most graceful person in the world.
Well, they do have those laser ones that act like the wire that go across the hall. What they should do is that when somebody or something breaks that laser, it sets off a very loud alarm.
There you go, Brad. See, we'll tell you what we need and you figure out how to make it work. Just remember the people who tell you what, give you ideas when you're making equipment.
There you go. And yeah, I'm getting a couple pieces of equipment here from Brad very soon to take with me to Wildwood. So I'm pretty excited to test them out. He tested them out at Brad, help me out here. Whispers Estate. That was where he had some major activity in the basement.
Now, Brad, what is a 4-in-1 box? My son, he's 14, I think. I don't know. I got too many kids. And he been trying to figure out, he's made a couple of music boxes. Of course, he's made them for everybody but me. And I'm thinking about trying to do it where it goes at different angles. Is that kind of what the same thing you're talking about, or what?
Unless you have to use a drink with grenades, I would leave them alone.
Tim would love for me to set off a grenade. I'm gonna tell you what, that would probably make his day if he heard that.
I would do sound grenades, not the explosive ones, just sound grenades.
Make someone's eyes bleed.
But yeah, I'm really excited about this. The one, the sensor. It's like it's got two different sensors in there, REM sensors. But if you touch one side, the light on that side only goes off.
So
if you touch the other side, the light on that side goes off.
The theory is kind of like the pyramid, but with a little bit more technology.
I think so. I
think that's a pyramid, right?
I don't know the specifics completely on this. Once I start using it, I'll understand it a little more.
There's so much fun.
What the heck do you have going on? You are crazy,
So I recently discovered, and I forgot about this. This was actually on last week's episode, the 13th Dimension. I have OBS. You ever heard of that program before? OBS.
Okay.
Yeah. So what? Oh, you haven't? It's a it's a video software program where you could do like streams on certain websites and stuff. But it's also the only way you could play videos behind you because StreamYard doesn't allow that. So you can connect OBS with StreamYard, and that's how you could put videos behind you. So
I mean, I can make smoke in my place, but it would be a little different.
Yeah, but the difference is I'm doing this in a safe way.
Adrienne, we can do that
He's got a
too.
point there.
Is there such thing?
Oh my god! And I hate to say this, and yes, Brad, he got to make me play a cockroach video last Friday. That was horrible.
He did.
And
Yeah,
Brad,
I was. You guys should have seen. I was screaming, and then later I
He
was like,
was.
I was like, burn it, send it to hell.
and Brad, I don't know names of equipment. I do know how to work the equipment because when I buy a piece of equipment, I put it in. I want to know what it does when the batteries die. I want to know approximately how long they should last. Before I use it, I have done as much as I can. But don't ask me a name of equipment.
Oh, Jaden, we do not. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we got enough.
Yeah, more viewers would be nice, but
Yeah, we got a lot already.
yeah, we got quite a few. We're up to 12 right now. I would say that's about average.
Apparently,
Now-
there's a lot I can't see, but whatever. Rim is.
Well, I
Rim.
know a REM pod now, like
Brad,
the old school stuff.
a thingamabob.
Yeah, you know. Yeah, see, Chrissy gets me.
Look at Chrissy. I am going to wholeheartedly agree with Chrissy on that one.
Now, if it came with a Jack Skellington cup, we'd be doing good.
My favorite color green. No, it's not. I'm just from Kansas and the sunflowers, and I just happen to have the shirt on. No, it's really not. The camo, I like camo real well.
So I've always said before, I don't have a favorite color. I really don't.
I do. Pink, red.
Mine's blue.
Well, if you want to count black, that's like the closest I'll say to a favorite color of mine. And that's why Nick won't let me make his PowerPoint presentation for the show.
Can you imagine that?
Well,
God,
black is
no.
every color.
That's never going to happen. Because I already know what it is.
Now, Jaden was asking kind of what's the scariest thing that's ever happened to y'all. Have y'all ever been to Broken Bow?
I have not.
I've been
No,
there,
I've
just
never-
not to the asylum. No.
Okay, if you do go, Adrienne, because I know you're the closest, when they say things are thrown there, they really are. I've got it on digital recorder that whenever we were sitting, it was me, Shannon, and Ashley kind of sitting around, and some people were behind us. But we said, hey, can you throw something? You're not allowed to hit anyone, but can you throw something? Next thing I know, it was a piece of their Halloween thing flew right past my head so hard that it hit a piece of board behind me, something, whatever it was, that was wooden behind me, and made this loud crash sound. And you can hear it on my digital recorder breaking through the air. It was thrown that hard. And first of all, yes, it was dark, but some people said, well, maybe someone in front of you threw it. I could almost to where we could touch. There's no way you could have thrown it that hard, that close together. But everybody who investigates, you start seeing in the dark a little bit. And I would have been able to see someone's, because I'm looking at both them girls. You would have seen someone move. No one moved. We were actually had our hands on our laps.
Well, that brings up a good question. How many of the people in the audience are actually investigators? I know a couple are.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, raise your hand.
While we're waiting on those answers, what Brad is talking about, the Devil's Toy Box, what that is, it's a box that's got a mirror on every side on the inside of the box, and it's sealed. So we can't open it. But the theory behind that is that with the mirrors on all 6 sides, is that it would help create a portal because that's basically scrying.
Brad, if we're not Facebook friends, send me a friends request. I'd like to see some of the equipment you build because we were actually talking. I have gone back old school, like compass and Jeremy. I do keep in my arsenal. The dog whistle. I did not do it at the hospital. There was too many broken windows, and you can walk in a building full of broken windows.
Well, if you want stories about using a dog whistle where you're not supposed to, not to call Chrissy out, but one of her teammates decided to use the dog whistle at a cemetery. She thought it would be such a brilliant idea. Yep.
Yeah. She was gonna. I can tell that's her way of saying, "Listen."
Well, no, she has not said that tonight.
Oh, I have not. It's been a long time
Yeah.
since I've heard. But go ahead, Jerry. Continue. Sorry.
No,
There it
that's basically the story. Amanda decided that it would be a good idea to use the dog whistle, and very quickly decided, no, this was not a good idea. Because they all had to run out of there really quick. And Amanda texted me the next day to let me know about this. And I'm like, no, you don't use it outdoors.
It is meant to bring the dog to you.
You know, and darn me, I never thought to think that I would have to tell her that you don't use a dog whistle outside.
And if you use it inside, make sure there are no broken windows where you are, because that's what happens.
That's the same reason they put "do not drink" on shampoo. The reason for all this.
Should have seen me running.
Okay. So for all the investigators, tell me why.
Jennifer, I have not.
Yeah,
Jennifer, I have not yet.
Tell me why you think that just saying you're not allowed to go home with me, you're not allowed to touch me, you're not allowed to throw something is going to stop somebody. Or like the glass box. You're not allowed to get out of this glass box. Okay, these some bitches can walk through walls. Tell me why they're going to stay in that glass box.
You know why? I'll tell them like I tell my kids, because I'm mama and I said so.
Okay, now, really quick, Brad, if you are looking for Ilene on Facebook, she's got 2.
I can't delete the other one. It won't let me
because she gets in trouble.
So this is the profile picture that you're looking for. That's the one you want.
Yes, kind of old photo. Good old.
This one here is the one you don't want. That's the one she's trying to delete.
And that's because of them 2 at the top that I had to create a new profile.
Okay, Chrissy had an answer. Intent. Okay, so yeah, like with most religions, intent. But when they decide they intend something different, then what? That's like telling your kid, sit your ass down. Do not move from there. You intend for them to sit there, but that don't mean they're going to sit there.
What are you talking about? My kids are perfect. They don't move. What you talking about?
Where did you stuff them? Kill them and stuff them?
How did you know?
It's not nice to play with the devil's box if you don't.
You reaffirm with that mama voice.
No,
it's not nice to play with the devil's box if you don't know what you're doing. No, Brad, that is not gonna happen. No.
No, Nick, he's not talking about you creating that page. He's creating that page.
I'm not. I know he's going to send me an invite. Yeah. I'm not going to accept it.
So guess where that first invite is going?
Okay, so intent. Let's see tonight, everybody. Let's see how well intent works. Let's, in our dreams, send Nick cockroaches.
No.
So see, my mama voice doesn't really work because my kids, if I yell at my kids, they just keep doing whatever because they know I'm gonna yell, get it over with, and go about the next thing. But if I sit there and I'm like, oh, my kids are like the perfect angel, don't move. So me being quiet is what me being quiet means I'm mad.
Well, Bill said, Nick, what?
Hey, Nick, I need your address.
We're all going to intend cockroaches just around his bed. Not on him, just around his bed where he can't stand up on him.
I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm gonna have to start moving out because some of you guys know my address, and I'm actually scared now.
Intent. We have your energy line. We know your energy. You don't have to send it.
I got a question for everyone.
All right.
What is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you, whether it be at an event, at an investigation, whatever? What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you?
Oh boy.
I will tell that story last because.
Okay, I'll start off with one. So we were at Waverly Hills. And this is before the whole bullshit happened, back when we were actually happy to go to Waverly Hills. It was, I want to say 3 years ago. This was the night that we did the first back-to-back that we had done. And I forget which night it was, but before
I'll get your address from Jeremy. I just love Jed's comment. Who says we need
time, Chrissy? But that was pretty funny. I so wish I could have been able to actually witness that one, but
I love Jed's comment. Who says we need an address?
There you go. So we had somebody who was walking down one of the corridors. I'm not going to say who.
Chrissy.
Walking down the corridors by themselves. Then there was another person, again, not going to say who was sneaking up on the person. He's going to try to do one of those grab your side getches. So this person was being very quiet so that the one who was walking couldn't hear them. And just as when he got about 6 inches away from him, he's getting ready to grab his sides, the other person farted on him.
Wow.
And that person like, oh! Oh my, that was so funny. Told everybody.
That's
like,
pretty funny.
Yeah, I was getting ready to grab it, and right when I was just about to, he crop dusted. I would have to say that was the funniest thing. Yeah, that was really funny. Now, the one that Chrissy's talking about,
Kung Fu Kid.
Aiden, yeah, Aiden and Scotty. Well, this would actually be Aiden, Scotty, and Scott Smith. So Aiden is Scott Wilson's son, and it was his first time out there at Waverly. No, I'm sorry. It was his second night at Waverly. The first time he had been there was the night before.
Yeah.
So they were there on night 2, and Scott Smith decides, hey, you know what? Things are dead around here. Let's liven the place up. I'm going to get somebody. Well, Scott Wilson was sitting down, and they were in one of the rooms, in one of the upper floors. I forget exactly where. Chrissy may know. But Scott was sitting down up against the wall. Aiden was walking around towards the middle, and Scotty had his camera, had it rolling. He was filming, and Scott Smith was outside that room, and he's very stealth like, getting ready to come around, and he's gonna do a get you on Aiden. What he wasn't expecting was that as soon as he did that boo effect, Aiden jumped up and attempted to do a high kick.
Oh my God. Oh no, I think I know where this is going.
Yeah. He jumped, and his kick didn't go any higher than probably just above his knee. But we found out really quick what Aiden's answer will be if he is in a fight or flight situation. Scotty was already sitting on the floor. Soon as that happened, he tipped over. He was laughing so hard. He put it out on TikTok. I am surprised and got to say disappointed that video did not go viral, because that was one of the funniest videos I had ever seen, and I so wish I could have been there to see that in person. But yeah, that was one of the funniest things that Chrissy had brought up.
I'm surprised I didn't remember seeing that video like earlier when that came out.
Look at Adrienne, sweet kitty.
Oh, kitty. Oh, and actually, Brad is asking, we need a link to it.
It's buried in Scott's TikTok. I would have to go way back and find it, because Scott puts out like 1,000 TikToks a week.
What's yours, Nick?
Yeah.
TikTok?
No, what's your funniest
moment
Pay attention.
There's only
It doesn't have to be a getcha type story.
Yeah, Chris, if you can find it, send it to Jeremy and we can try to play it.
It doesn't have to be a what, Jeremy?
It doesn't have to be a getcha. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened?
Okay, I just thought of this one. It's hard to believe. It was almost 10 years ago now. My God. I was with this was,
Nick.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of sad. No, we were at this we did an investigation at a place that was called the Rossville Opera House, which was in Rossville, Illinois, kind of in the central Illinois area. And this was around, I think it was 2000, I believe, it was 2014 that we went. And we scattered. This was back when I used to be on the old team, the old Midnight Paranormal Society, and we were kind of scattered about throughout, different, investigating different parts of the opera house. And I think I was on the top floor, which was like kind of like it was like an attic almost. But at one point, I stepped out like to one of the other rooms, and I decided to check my phone quickly just to see what time it was. And a few minutes later, in fact, Dave Wismer, I know we've seen him in the chat before. He was with me that night, and he's like, "Guys, you got to see this! I just got this image here. It's like this incredible shadow figure." And he shows the picture, and he says, "I got a picture with a guy who's got like a wide brim hat. He's got a gun, like holding a gun." I'm like, "Dave, that's me. That's my shadow standing right in the picture." I'm like, you can't possibly expect me to believe that. That's clearly me standing there. I'm wearing my hat up front, and the supposed gun, that was me holding my phone.
Oh my gosh.
Nope, I'm not going to have any connection with that at all, Brad. Paranormal cockroach, hell no.
We'll all send him. Actually, just make a group chat and we'll make sure he's added into it.
Nope, I will leave the chat immediately.
And we'll keep it in.
We'll send them to you tonight. No worries.
No.
Watch and see what our intent can do.
Don't mind me. I'm looking for something.
All right. Ilene, what about you?
I'm the two that kind of stick out. Of course, if anybody knows everybody I pretty much investigate with, I probably have like 50 million funny stories. But the first one, we were at Old South Pittsburgh Hospital for Doyle Goss's memorial. He was co-founder of Southern Paranormal. And some of my besties are Rebecca and Donald Martin. So I was investigating with them. And if anybody's been to Old South Pittsburgh, there's the break room. And if in the break room, there is bathrooms there, but they weren't working bathrooms. So you have to go down a hallway and go into another room for the bathroom. Well, you could only go one at a time. So Donald had gone to the bathroom and he had come back. And he was giving me the lantern to go to the bathroom next. But I kept smelling something funny. I kept smelling something going, ooh, someone smells like they just took one in their pants. And I was like, okay, but I had to go to the bathroom. So I just went on to the bathroom. And I come back and Rebecca's like, Ilene, I need to ask you a question. It's kind of personal. It's like, what? She goes, did you fart? I was like, no, but if you're talking about the hallway, I smelt it. She goes, well, I asked Donald if he took a dump. And I said, well, I was wondering I thought the bathroom right there worked because it smelled so bad. Well, I think her name's Ashley, comes in there. She's smelling it. And I'm not kidding, guys. For about an hour, she was sniffing around trying to find this smell where it came from because Donald said he didn't do it. I didn't do it. We were the only two in the hallway. And so she was sniffing like she was on crack. I mean, it was like, and like she was a bloodhound or on crack. And I mean, for an hour, we had gone investigating. She was still sniffing. So the night went on. We went back to the hotel room because we were going to go the next day as well. We go back to the hotel room. Donald's uploading all of his evidence. I'm in my bed because me, Rebecca, and Donald all share a room. And Rebecca was in their bed, and he's doing it. He turns and he like spins around in his chair. He said, I got something to tell y'all. We're like, okay, what do you got to tell us? He goes, it was me. I farted. And we're like, what? He said like that. He's very southern. I farted. And we're like, wait, we asked you. You lied to your wife. She goes, no. She asked if I took one in my pants, but I didn't. I farted. So we had to go tell Ashley that I've never had one linger for an hour. The smell. And it was not like it died down. It was just full on the smell. The other one, and like I said, it was kind of one of those you had to be there moments, but it still is one of those things we pay all the time.
Hold on.
I was about to say, what the hell was that?
Yeah, that's me. I got that video.
Yeah, I got it. I got the link too.
But the second one, when we were in Kansas this last time, we had the suite at the hotel, Jeremy, that we stayed at the last time. So we had the suite with the two beds, the bedroom or the living room, the kitchen, and all that, because it was two guys, two girls. None of us were couples. And so me and Lindy go downstairs to smoke while the guys are upstairs. They had two showers in there. So the guys were upstairs taking a shower. So we were going to be downstairs. We come back, and I don't know if any of y'all know Tommy with TPPS, but he comes running out. He's like, guys, I got to tell you something. We're like, what? He goes, there's douche in the shower. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
Me and Lindy go running into the shower going, where's the douche? If y'all ever look at any higher price body wash, it's douche. This dude thought he was about to take a shower with douche. So we're sitting there the whole trip back to this day. We're like, do you need some douche? We'll get you some douche. Well, it got better because they slept. He was sleeping on the couch. The couch falls out into a bed. Okay, intentionally got this room so everybody would be comfortable. The guys and girls wouldn't have to be too close together. So I get up to go to breakfast, and I walk through the living room, and Tommy's laying on the couch. I look at him. He's got a towel that he's sleeping with. I'm like, Tommy, why are you sleeping with a towel? He goes, I couldn't find the linens. I was like, did you check the linen closet? No, I just didn't think there was any. I just was asleep with the towel. I'm like, so now you got douche for body that you're gonna wash your body with, and you're sleeping with the towel. I'm like, of course, the people I hang out with, they're crazy. But yeah, so if anybody ever meets Tommy Brumfield, make sure you bring up the douche.
Adrian,
I got nothing.
But you never noticed that, did you, Jeremy? When you were in Kansas and stayed at the hotel, because I know you stayed at a different one. I don't know where you stayed, Nick, but you never realized it said that on the shower bottles, on the body wash that hangs up on the wall.
Nope.
If you ever go back, check the body wash. You can use it, I promise. So, Adrienne, I'm dying to hear about yours.
I don't know that mine's all that funny. I don't know.
Well, you wanted to go last.
Yeah.
Was it the douche that got you?
No, I think I'm going to take this a little different route here. Just because, yes, it was funny, but at the same time, this is not something you want to do unless you say, hey, I did this. You know, I was actually investigating with some people that one person in particular thought it was a very good idea to go to a very notorious location, 2 of them. And I was new, very new, stupid. And everything I had for evidence, I had to throw out. I don't know what's real, what wasn't, but that pissed me off. Yes, I understand. You know, you play jokes, have fun, ramp things up, heighten the intensity of all the emotion. I get it when there's nothing going on. But you don't walk away and say, nope, I didn't do that. And people take it as evidence. You just don't do that. I didn't know this was going on for quite a while. And when I finally saw it, I was there. And somebody did not own up to it. Right there on camera, in front of live God and everybody, I had to say, because when we got down to this person, he really thought something had happened to him. And if it had, it would have been awesome, especially in this location. But it didn't. And in front of God and everybody, I was like, no, this didn't happen. Somebody did this to you. I was there. I watched it. So then all the evidence I had in all that time was ruined because I don't know what was real and what wasn't at that point. So trusting the people that you're with is very serious.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we goof off all the time, but now when we go into investigation, I mean, heck, all 3 of y'all have investigated with me. Oh, but when it's time for investigation, all that gets shut down. Now, when you're sitting there and someone like, again, I mean, I was just with TPPS today on my mind. Even Michael kept going. His stomach kept growling. He's like, your stomach. We're like, well, that's why we bring them Twinkies every time. I mean, but when you're in investigation mode, it's serious.
Yep.
But yeah, and I understand when nothing's happening to scare the new person. What I get it. But to never tell that person and to never tell anybody around you, you sneak off by yourself to go do that. And then everything that's caught is away from the cameras. So it's just noise. You have to throw it all away.
Yeah. Basically, that's not somebody being funny. That's somebody being stupid.
Yep.
And that's why I said I'm taking a different turn on that. And then another cute thing was John Doherty and I used to investigate together. And when we finally meet up and investigate, he's if anybody's been around him, he sings and plays guitar, and he's really good at it. So, you know, even before the investigations at the Airbnb, whatever, we'd sit and sing and do whatever. But come time for investigations, when there's nothing happening, he and I would walk up and down the hallway singing. It would always cause something to happen.
Were you singing La Cucaracha, La Cucaracha?
In Waverly, it was pretty cool because the echoes, it was awesome.
Oh my God, Brad!
Brad, the sad part out was it was private.
Oh. Okay.
Not the only one.
Yeah. Oh my God! Well, Bill, don't encourage Brad.
That's it. We've got everybody tonight. Put all your energy into putting the cockroaches on his floor, around his bed. Just send the energy.
He hasn't even seen what I did.
Let's see how powerful we can be. Intent.
I need to.
Jeremy,
I don't think I'm going to sleep. You know what? I do not think I'm going to sleep tonight. I'm good. I'll sleep on the couch.
Even Jennifer's joining in on the fun.
Oh my God! No, Jen, come on!
Did you?
Everybody gets one.
Jeremy, check your messenger.
I did. Didn't you see me start laughing?
Okay.
I saw it when it came right in. I'm just waiting on it. I'm just waiting on the reaction. So we have a video. And this goes back to the story that I was telling that Chrissy had brought up. And Chrissy was able to go back through all of those videos to find it.
I think she had to go, but thank you. If she ever goes back and listens, thank you for finding it.
Yes.
Hey, Ilene, you want that cup? One of those African hissing cockroaches and put it in. Never asked for it again.
That is the,
that's another one of the funniest moments that I've had or seen or whatever. Ilene going after Nick's cup.
That wasn't an investigation.
No, it wasn't an investigation, but it was still, for lack of better terms, a paranormal convention at a haunted location. So close enough.
Close enough.
So funny watching Ilene crawling on hands and knees on the floor, going after this cup that has Jack Skeleton on it. He's in the cup, right, Nick?
Yes, he's in the cup.
And
the cockroach now. That's all.
This cup was inside the thing's booth, so she had to go back behind the table, beyond where Nick and I were at, because we were on the other side, the outside of our booth, and talking. And Nick had his back to the booth, and I'm talking to him, and I see her all up there, and I am doing everything I can to keep from laughing, because I knew that if I did, I would give her away. She snatches that cup.
I had to crawl behind banners and go under a banner.
Yes, after numerous attempts. She finally gets her hands on this cup and runs off.
like a real cockroach.
And in true Ilene fashion, she now comes into Nick's view, but she's got the cup hidden. So Nick doesn't suspect anything. I'm able to keep a straight face this whole time. And she hides the cup behind her booth, clear on the other corner of the room from where we were at. A good 50, 75 feet away. Would that sound right, Ilene?
You think if I don't know equipment names, I can tell you how many feet.
And about an hour and a half later, Nick is looking all over the booth for the cup. I knew it exactly. He's not saying anything, but I knew exactly what he's doing. I start laughing. He sees me like, okay, where's it at? I couldn't hold it in. I couldn't hold it in anymore. I just started laughing. I know that he knows that I know. So I had,
Peter.
yeah, I could not contain my laughter anymore. I tried so hard to because I wanted to see how long it would be before he actually found it. But because I couldn't keep a straight face anymore, I had no choice. I was beat. I was defeated. So
Yeah. And I couldn't even defend myself. I was on stage at that time, you said. I'm so mad at you.
Oh
yeah,
God,
that's right.
no.
That was your time to do the speaking.
No, bring Nick a giant roach when you meet him. Oh no, please not.
Hey,
That's never gonna
Bill.
happen.
Wild Bill, what kind do you raise? We used to raise, what are they, doobies? For our lizards. I used to raise those.
We raise doobies in Colorado too, but it has nothing to do with feeding them to know. But well, sometimes.
Well,
animals.
I had a what was it, 10-gallon aquarium, 10, 20, whatever, and it was just full of them to feed our lizards.
Nick, you got to lay off the weed, man.
It's not legal where you are. It is right.
Jill, there was no videos because there couldn't be, because then that would have been evidence, and I can't have evidence floating around, or I have to really hurt somebody.
Plus, everything happened so fast, nobody had time to get videos. So,
I can't wait till after, because so when we go to Old Park, I'm meeting up with I don't know, I don't know if Beth's still going, but I'm meeting up with Todd and Leanne, and we're staying the night at my sister's house, just the 3 or 4 of us. And then we're going to leave there to go to Ballinger. So I got 2 nights, and my room is that twin side bedroom that's connected to Todd and Leanne's room. That for that next night. So I can't wait to see what we do to Todd, because the one time when we were at Old Stone Jail in Octagon Hall, that's when I actually finally met Todd and Leanne for the first time. And Todd, being Todd, knowing it was going to happen, sat next to me, and Leanne on the other side of him. It was Beth's birthday, so I was like, we're going to have them come and do happy birthday. Yeah, I didn't know they were going to put what do you call it, the cream of the pie in her face. Yeah, not really smart to do to Beth, but I kept saying, hey, go ask the waiter when they're going to do this, because we're about ready to leave. So him, being all trustworthy of me, goes and does it. Me and Leanne are putting like hot sauce and black pepper and all this up in his drink. And so he comes back and drinks it. Yeah, I was nice. I did give him a new drink, but
did you ever tell him?
So yeah, well, he knew it was me as soon as he took a sip. He knew, but he knows Leanne was part of it too. So she's not all innocent. So that's why at Kansas, it was payback from that, and then of course dealing with Ernie. He was putting stuff on my banner. He was putting like devil faces on my banner with tape. And so, of course, then I had to get him back. So, yeah, if anybody knows the crew I hang out with, it's always a fun day.
Yeah, them doing the duct tape and everything over there at Fear Fest, that was funny.
I put it on his mouth,
so that everyone is aware. Nick is now at his new office at the local Chicago pool hall. That's why it's so smoky over there.
I don't know about Adrienne.
Against that intent, it won't do nothing.
You let a bug bomb to get rid of the roaches. Yeah, I'm fumigating my room to keep them out.
It doesn't work for ghost roaches, because intent's going to bring you ghost roaches.
And see, Jeremy, Nick pays zero attention to detail. He still has not caught it, Jeremy.
What detail?
It's spider webs from
Bill's tarantulas.
You know what? Ours is so damn old that it doesn't even build webs anymore. I've never even seen one out of her.
It looks like when I sage.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so while Nick is still oblivious to what's going on,
I still don't understand. I mean, Larry, I still have no idea what do you mean by detail.
well, you know what, Nick? If you would get away from the smoke, maybe you might actually see it. So anyway, I've got this video to show you. It goes back to the story that I was telling about Aiden and Scott Smith. And and I know Joe wasn't here to hear the story, but you just got to watch this video. So here we go. Yeah, so
Play it
if you
one more
don't
time.
understand this, the kid standing, that's Aiden. His dad, Scott, is the one that's sitting down right there in the far corner. And it's a good thing he was sitting down because he was laughing so hard he would have fallen down anyway. But our teammate Scott Smith decided to liven up the night and do a getcha at Aiden. And this was the result.
That is awesome.
I'll play it one.
That is awesome.
I love Brad's comment saying should have edited with the Kung Fu fighting song. And Joe's like, oh, that was so Matrix.
That can be done.
Yeah, I probably can. So Matrix, as Joe said.
Yeah.
What's going on, Greg?
Hey, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Adrienne, did you check your messenger?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Okay, so because there's a few other people asking about what's going on with my background. Again, I said this earlier. I'm using OBS Studio, which allows you to use like videos, like you use actual like motion background images, because StreamYard for some reason does not allow video backgrounds. You can only make this effect work if you have OBS Studio. So that's where I copied a ghostly smoke video from YouTube and using it as my background. So no, I'm not actually smoking.
That's not the background. That's your forefront at this point.
The forefront, yeah.
Yeah. So those are the fun moments that we can have on an investigation.
Oh, Brad, that is not happening. Absolutely not. I got rid of that. I didn't know what video he's talking about.
Nick is using OBS, Greg.
Yeah, I'm using it, Greg. That's me.
Yeah.
Who's OBS?
And then note to self-stretch prior to investigations in case you got to move Kung Fu Matrix style suddenly.
Well, I'll tell you what. So that was from Waverly, and every time I've gone to Waverly, I would always tell the people who would be going there the first time, and I'm pretty sure I told Adrienne this too, that before you go into that building, stretch your legs.
Yep.
Because going up 5 floors, all stairs, no elevator, no working elevator.
That's nothing compared to Salina.
Oh my God. We were talking about that yesterday or this past weekend because, I was up there with the guys and we were making these steps, stepping on, sheetrock, glass and all that. And our legs were hurting. I was like, this is easy compared.
I wanted to ask you about that, Eileen. You were talking about the place that you were just at this past weekend, that ceiling had been falling in everywhere. it has only been abandoned for 5 years. How
Yeah.
could it get in such?
I think that's the. I could be a little bit wrong, but no, it's a lot of vandalism. Unfortunately, I'm gonna see if I can find. I know there's some pictures, but I don't know how much you can see. Um, of it, but no, it's like I said. Now they use it as a haunted attraction for Halloween and all, but it's really bad vandalized.
They got to really clean it up before they let public in like that.
They don't
Yeah.
let them go up. They keep them in the certain area. We just get to go other places. And very, very few people can actually enter there too. It's very rare. Let me see if I can find.
Sounds like an old
Brad,
friend.
I want to see you do a night in Salina without a broken
Please.
foot. Running wires up and down those 7 floors. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know how much you can see in these. I just sent you the group of photos, Jeremy.
Okay.
It's
Who's
really cool.
running it today? Jeremy or Nick?
Huh?
Who's running it? Jeremy or Nick?
I don't know.
Well, we both can.
We both are, yeah.
Have y'all realized I don't pay attention?
You're blowing.
So are you?
No, this is great.
See the way that it works out between me and Nick, and it just happened that way. We never even discussed it, but the way that it works out is perfect. He handles bringing all of the comments on the show, and I take care of all the banners, advertising the different pages and whatnot.
Well, I mean, you need to give him a better job because obviously he doesn't pay attention to detail, and that's not a really good job to have.
I don't get what this. I don't get this detail. I'm like so lost right
There
now.
we go. Because when there's something there, you can't see it. That's why.
Oh my God! Hell no! No!
That's where all the comments were going. That's why you couldn't see it.
Oh no, it's been up there for a hot minute, but I changed it because of something else. But
I don't pay attention to names sometimes.
He's going to sleep with big ones tonight. I can guarantee it.
I'm staying up.
Here's the thing. Apparently, nobody else is noticing this because everything is happening threefold. Can anyone guess what else is up there?
Yeah, no, I could see that. Oh, Jill, come on.
No, she's just repeating what she's seeing.
Right.
But also, Nick,
that's just so messed up.
Hey, Nick, look at this.
Yeah, I see that too.
And look down.
You see the scrolling banner?
But we love you, Nick. We'll just watch you choke on all that smoke you got, and we're good. There you go,
the king of all cockroaches. No. Hey, you realize one thing, however. They're going to be the last ones standing. So I'll be long dead before that ever happens.
We're pretty powerful. You understand this, right? We don't use our witchiness, all the time for bad. We can play some jokes.
Did you ever change his way picture to the Nick 9000 picture? What?
Huh?
I don't know what he's talking about. Say on Nick's side, cockroaches me too. All right, well, at least Chill's on my side.
Jill, you cannot be on his side. That is against the rules.
It's too late. She already said it.
No, she takes it back.
No. She. You know what?
I think I heard her. I visualized her saying that.
No. She's certified. She can say that.
Jeremy,
don't
I'm
forget
just gonna
Keith
share you
Richards, him and
something,
the
okay?
cockroaches.
No, Brad, I have not. I'm still working on that.
Jeremy, I just sent you something.
Yeah, I know.
No, I just sent it.
Oh,
You can share it. You're more than welcome
Okay.
to share my picture.
Okay, so Brad just
Well,
sent me a photo. Oh yeah, I see
the question
Brad.
is, which one do I show first?
Oh God, no.
Hey, Jennifer, don't run
Thank
yet.
you,
You're gonna want to see this.
Take
Show
pictures.
the second one first.
Okay,
The one I
so really
just sent.
quickly, Brad sent me a message and it says a photo on it. I'm not opening it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I get it. Nick 9000 instead of Hal 9000. It's Nick 9000. That was that picture when I did the animated, when I had the red background, Jeremy, and I had like my face completely red. You remember that where I like did that
Yeah.
fading effect? Yeah, that's what he's
Yeah,
talking about.
I'm just trying to figure out how to change it
Let me read you.
from my picture to that. I
That's
did it
nice.
once before, and I can't remember how to do it.
I figured you could just put my picture up like you did the video. You can just do it that way.
No,
And
no, that's not
I
what I'm
want y'all to see
talking
this
about.
really cool picture before y'all leave.
No, Eileen,
Oh,
that's not what I'm
okay.
talking.
Oh,
Nick,
okay.
turn your camera off. Let's show what we're talking about.
Oh, I know
Wait,
what you're talking
turn
about. I
off
know
what? Turn off
Never
what?
mind, Nick.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you were talking, like turning off what.
She was thinking something different from what I was talking about. I was talking about how when you turn your camera off, it's got that my picture on
Oh,
what.
there.
Is that your
you see.
picture?
Yeah, that. I don't remember how to change that photo.
Yeah, well, I always love when I have to step off or something. I'm always reminding you to get that changed.
Yeah.
The Demon Red.
I think you go in and you edit your avatar on your 3 dots, and it should be edit audio avatar. I think that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, Brad. Excuse me, Jeremy. Brad wants to show everybody the
Of
picture.
course. It's as simple as that.
I do know something.
Okay. Try it again, Nick. Turn it off,
Oh,
Nick.
it's still, it is off.
Okay, what the hell?
Okay, maybe I don't know something.
Jeremy's pick on Nick's profile is of Kyle Drago from GOT. What?
Oh, you would have to go back into I think it was 2 days ago. I posted a thing about long hair, how back in ancient times long hair was a symbol of strength and
I saw
manliness.
that.
Yeah. And
Game of Thrones.
Yeah. And Jill said something about that, and then all of a sudden Linda Judd jumped in on that, and they just went back and forth for a long time. And I'll bet you there was like 20 comments just from that alone before I finally saw it. Yeah. So now it seems like
Brad's
Jill and
right.
I have this pact made that we're gonna do a little dress up. Me as that Cal Drago and her as Jill, help me out. That blonde girl.
Drago. See, I never watched Game of Thrones, so
I've never seen it either.
But I think Brad might be right. He might have to change it on his side.
He probably has to. So anyway, so I have 2 pictures to show.
Whoever's Facebook user, make sure to give street.
Hey,
You gotta give.
are.
Oh, it's Anita. Yeah,
It's Anita. She's learned by now.
She knew.
I don't know what it is. She used to be able to show up under her name all the time, and now all of a sudden she's not. I don't understand what. Anita, where are you commenting from? It may be as simple as that, as where she's commenting from. She may need to go to another page.
StreamYard hates me.
Yeah. So while we're waiting on Anita to answer where she is commenting from, I am going to go ahead and show the first picture.
Jill, the reason it does that is because sometimes you're going off of someone's page instead of the actual page the StreamYard is going to.
Yeah. So this is the one that I guess from Eileen that's being shown first.
Just for you,
They
Nick.
fly. They might fly. Great.
Yeah, I just blocked the screen, so I cannot even see it right now. So I kind of figured what it was going to be.
Fly.
I just went right to OBS.
I need. Hold on. I got.
Nice try. Nice try.
Anita, we're on Facebook. We are on 5 different pages on Facebook.
Yeah, any of those will work.
What I actually did was I opened the OBS page, and once you guys were saying you were getting the picture ready, I started moving it around. I'm like, nope, not gonna. And all right, let's see. Hang on, I see you got another picture, which I'm not. Nope,
I'll fix
nope.
this.
I can see somebody's hand. I already know what's in it. I'm not looking at it.
I got this. I'll fix it. No issues, guys. I fix it.
Yeah, and I can even see from the comments. Joe's asking, "Are cockroaches part of an alien species in Men in Black?" Yes, they are.
Well, they're alien. I just don't know what kind.
My page, which page? Anita, I am streaming from the Things Universal page, the group page, the Things Network, Spirit Network, Temple of Phoenix Network, and also the Hoosiers Investigating page. Okay. Now, this one, Nick, you are going to want to see it because this is a good one.
It's not a roach picture, right?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm still putting a page up, but I'm just dragging it to make sure.
We're sending them to you. You can't get away from them.
Oh no! You know what? That's another thing too. I just realized, considering that this whole show is recorded, that means I'm gonna have trouble going back and watching this.
Who goes back and watches?
Well,
Nick.
you never know.
We don't want to make fools of ourselves twice listening to it.
All right, let's see. Oh wait, is this what I think it is? Yeah. That's what do you think you're doing, Jeremy? Ah! Get away! Ah!
I saw the mouse move and I was like, yes.
God damn it, Jeremy! Oh, that was a trap that you let me into.
Okay, let me see here. Satins. No.
And Jill,
I love Wild Bill's comment. I ain't afraid no ghosts. Roaches scare me to death. Wait a minute. Wait. Go back for. Hold on, just 1 second there. Okay. Wild Bill, you were joking about all this stuff about.
Nick, where did Adrienne go?
Oh, you know what? No, I know what you guys are going to try to do. That's not happening.
That is.
No, it's not.
Can y'all see her? I can't see her. Nick, can you see her?
No, I put my OBS page back up.
Okay, all right, come back up. Jeremy,
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Jill. I was at a old abandoned hospital out south of Central Mississippi.
Okay, so wait, I need to go back for a second with what Wild Bill said. You're telling me that you're scared to death of them, yet you were encouraging Brad and everybody else on the cockroaches.
You know, what you're scared of and what you want to pick on
Oh.
others about doesn't mean anything.
Oh man, I'm actually like sweating, not from the heat, but all the stuff about the roaches. My God.
I think you're sweating from all that smoke that's around you.
No, it's not. It's because of all this panicking I'm having with the roaches.
What, was it brick?
Was it brick? Brick what?
Yeah,
Are you
I
talking?
don't.
Oh
Are you
no,
talking about
Nick,
the
that
hospital
comment
or
was
what?
for you. No, that comment was for you. I razor. Oh God, no, hell no, no.
No. I promise I will not show another roach
I
picture.
won't either. I'll just send them to you.
Oh God, no. And Brad just sent me a photo of something else again. I don't know what it is this time, but this time I'm not opening it. I will not open that, Brad. As soon as we get off here, I mean, if it's something
I,
involving
I think
roaches,
it's
I
that Men in
will.
Black one that he wants to.
It doesn't matter. As soon as I get off here, I will delete it, and that will be that.
Okay, now
Oh,
Eileen, this post that you sent me to, is that all from the location that you were at?
I
This
believe
most
so.
weekend?
It came from Tommy's page, so
Okay, yeah,
I don't.
that's what I'm seeing. Trying to figure out how I can do this. Share screen. Okay, let's see if this works.
Can you click on them individually? So that is actually the broiler down in the basement. We have, as many times we've been down there, we've never noticed that, but we did find that.
Okay.
That is the surgical room, and that's the. I mean, none of these are like really like scary pictures or anything or any evidence in them, but that's the surgical room where we were hearing the knocking, and as you can tell, the walls are tiled, but again, it was just odd that it just kind of quit. That's part of the salt circles that are throughout the building. Now these are drop ceilings, so they're not as bad as the other areas, but which is some stuff we found in the basement.
That's actually pretty good canvas or whatever that is.
Yeah, of course, where we're sitting there, see, that's just a small bit of what you have to, deal with when you're there. And of course, people have gone in and tried to take copper lines out of it. That's why I'm not really saying where the location is. Not saying that any of y'all would, but I do keep that fairly quiet because that's the roof. Because, I don't want too many people to know about it. That's the
Ooh,
stairwell you have to walk down.
that's that is many years of damage.
Oh
That's not
wow.
5 years of
It's,
damage.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I want to say it was like 2015. It hasn't been. I have to get with David. He knows exactly, but I can't remember when it closed down. I'm gonna see if I'm looking to see if I can find it.
Okay. Now the ceiling tiles coming down. That would be a lot of damage from roof leaks.
But like I said, I mean, people have gone in the ceilings and still the copper wires, things like that.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we kind of got a little distracted with the crackheads. Looking it up, and like I said, I could be 100% wrong. Again, I don't have it with me. Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
that
the first photo was the broiler.
Nick, are you frozen? Oh, there you
No,
are.
I'm still here.
No, you were sitting really, really still. The smoke was moving, but you were sitting really still. I
Nope.
was thinking,
I'm still alive, as my grandfather would tell me.
what what you ought to do is for your change your avatar to that picture, but without the caption.
Away photo.
I don't know if Brad ever sent you just the picture without the words
No,
across the top.
no, I was the one who took the original photo, so I do have it.
Okay, 'cause that should be your avatar for when you turn your camera off.
You know what? I'm gonna see if I can give that a. Well, I mean, I could try. I'll see
Yeah.
if I can do that right now.
So
What is this with a boiler? The hell is
Yeah,
you
so
talking
I
about?
just
Not the
I
boiler
just
that the
found a
person threw out.
I just found an article from November 12th, 2015 of 9 rural Mississippi hospitals run risk of closure, and this one is on the list. So that was put out there on November 12th, 2015.
Oh, boiler room. Okay, that's what Jill meant.
And the paint peeled that much in that short
Well,
amount of time.
you got to think how much humidity we have around here, because we've got that really wet, hot 90% humidity a lot of times. And then when I say they're it's pretty busted up. I mean, it's exposed to all the elements.
Okay. Still, that's pretty bad.
It's 7 years, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know what it looked like. I mean, what it was starting to do to make them leave there. But it's a bigger town, but it's not. It's so close to the to Jackson that a lot of people go there, but it's
Wow,
small
Bill.
enough that and like I said, it was only 2 floors, so it wasn't a mainstream hospital.
Right. Okay. Um. What other news do we have?
And if I said broiler, guess what, Wild Bill? We don't have those down here in the South. We don't have boilers, so I don't even think about what it is. We don't have those. We just have the heating and air unit.
Ilene, I was gonna say, Wild Bill is in the South. He's in Georgia.
Okay, well, he should know that then. That if
There's
I don't know
another.
names of equipment, then I probably don't know names of other things, even though I'm in the apartment business. So
There we go.
we won't talk about that part.
You finally showed up, Anita.
But I can tell y'all how to read refrigerant.
I'll tell you what. I am really excited about tomorrow's episode of 13th Dimension.
Yeah.
We're going to be talking to Gary Heseltine from England, and he is the vice president of the International Coalition for Extraterrestrial Research. So this is a big name that we got. I was just talking to him a couple of days ago. He is going to bring up there is like a conference or a hearing that is going to in Brazil to talk about this. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking a lot about Roswell and Great Britain's version of Roswell. We're going to be talking about all kinds of stuff tomorrow, so I am really, really excited about that one.
What does he have to do with Roswell? I missed all this.
Gary is the vice president of ICER.
Okay.
So we're going to be talking about everything UFOs. And when you're talking UFO, 99% of the people, Roswell comes to mind.
Yep.
I lived an hour from Roswell.
Yeah. And it wasn't until about a week or so ago that I finally saw on Google Maps where the actual landing site was, and it's quite a ways from Roswell.
Jeremy, to
Yeah,
give you an idea, because I know Wild Bill, I know Adrienne will understand it, but it is currently almost 9 o'clock here. It's 85 degrees, and we have 85% humidity.
That's nasty. That feels nasty.
So that might help you kind of figure out how it could do that so quick.
Yes, Brad, I saw it. That thing scares me.
wow.
And I like bugs. We went to an exotic
Oh, jeez.
pet store today, and we're looking all around. They have, the iguanas and the all kinds of little things, monitors, whatever.
Oh man!
And they had a caiman. Caimans are so cute. And then we get ready to leave, and we look down, and there's this huge like python that probably, if it wouldn't have been in this cage, it probably would have spanned more than 12 feet. This thing was just absolutely huge, and she was a albino.
No, I don't do snakes.
Oh, I love.
Oh, I think I know what I'm going to start saying,
No.
Ilene.
I don't love.
I just got someone who sent me a photo of someone in our area that went to open their front door, and there was a snake going up their front door, and it bit them in the face.
Oh, well, I still love snakes.
Yeah. They're everywhere. Here, you just go out there, grab them. Got to know what you're grabbing. Look at the shape of the nose.
That just gave me some ideas. See, even Jill's with me on this. Yay!
Yeah, if it's shaped one way, you cut the head off. If it's not, you pick it up.
Nope. It's a dead snake is a dead snake is a dead snake is the only way it should be.
They crawl up your toilets where you live.
Nope, that's why you look before you see.
I was going to say, you guys are, we're talking about the swamp area. Snakes are all over the place.
They are. They crawl up your pipes. They do.
And I will make a paranormal snake page, and I will make sure to invite Ilene to that later.
Let's do this, guys. Jeremy, what's your phobia?
My phobia?
Yeah.
Spiders and snakes.
See, spiders don't bother me.
Spiders are fun. I love spiders.
I've always been open about that. I do not like spiders. I do not like snakes.
See, that's my thing. I was at the vet's office one day, and I've got a lot of exotic animals, so I have to go to a special vet. And by the way, Bear got clipped today, so I need to go check on him after the podcast because he got a little snip.
Is he home?
But he's at the other house, of course. But yeah, he's home. But I was there, and this lady had her snake, and I was like, "Oh, dude, no." And she's like, "Oh no, it's so cute. My daughter lays down, and the snake curls up, slides up next to her to try to cuddle." I said, "No, honey, that snake is trying to size your daughter up." I said, because the way she was describing it was, I'm like, it's trying to size your daughter up. Because one of my painters at the property, he had a 16-foot, I don't know what kind, but it was 16 foot. And he would feed, there was no wild animals near his house, no loose dogs anymore. He fed it like turkeys and all. One day he wasn't paying attention. This guy's like over 6 foot tall. He wasn't paying any attention. And when he was feeding it, he threw it a turkey. And I guess it didn't want the raw turkey. So, or however you feed them. I don't know when they're dead, when they're already dead. But all of a sudden it started wrapping him. It was at his head. He said he could feel the teeth and it was about to get him. And the man cried for 2 weeks because the police department made him put the snake down.
Yeah.
Because they finally were able to get because he was about to crush him. So they finally were able to get the snake off of him and he had to kill it and he cried. But the snake, I'm thinking this snake was about to eat you and you're crying that you killed it.
I get it. I get it because this is a lot different, but it's somebody might get it and other people might be pissed off. But anyway, it's reality. I had a pit. I've never had a pit before. I've had Chihuahuas. I've had, border collies. I've had everything else. I didn't understand. Now this pit, it did not come from biting blood, anything like that. They were giving him away, and I took him as a baby, tiny baby. My ex told me, he said, you have to raise pits differently than you do your Chihuahuas. You can't baby them. You have to show them who's boss. You have to. Then I'm like, bullshit. You show them love, their dogs. Well, I was wrong, because this one kept trying to go to the neighbors, and I knew it was half grown. And I knew if he went to the neighbors and got a hold of their, bit their livestock, they were going to shoot it. So we had to teach it right then. You can't do that. So we put a shock collar on him, and he'd get close to that, and I'd click it, and he'd come back. Well, one day he didn't have it on, and he got out there. So my husband went out there with the belt. He was like, get home.
Sorry, Adrienne.
What the hell? Oh my God.
I like that.
Sorry, Adrienne. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it came in the house. He was tapping it with the belt all the way to the house. And it got under my recliner. And I said, okay, time to put the shock collar back on. And I reached under that recliner, and he got my hand, and he went all the way to the nerve, just in one little snap, because he was scared.
No, yeah. It's all in how they're raised. I mean, people.
But I couldn't. And he'd always told me, if this dog bites you or someone else, we got to put it down. Done. You can't do this again. It's like, okay. I went out there, and I was looking at him. I said, he bit me. He said, okay, I'm going to shoot him. I said, no. I said, let me try something first. He's half grown. I knew I couldn't do anything with him again, because I was scared of him at that point. I was done. So it's all right. So here we go. I put it on the Facebook page, and I said it, up front. He bit me, and it's because I don't know how to raise them. So if somebody's willing to try to handle him, come get him. And somebody did. And I don't know what happened to him. I don't keep up with things like that, because I think once you give him away, you're done. You have no rights to find out what's going on after that. But from what I understand, I guess he didn't hurt anybody again, but I knew I couldn't do it. So I stick with Chihuahuas and lovable dogs.
See, and
what the hell, Bill?
Y'all, German Shepherds, I did not realize this fall under aggressive breeds. Now, mine thinks he's a lap dog. He literally sits in my lap. I'm so behaving right now. If anybody knows me, I am so behaving. But
we're getting ready to go back into the previous shows.
But no, I mean, I have to show him, because we roughhouse with him and all this. But I'm like, no, yeah, I am your ball. You are my pet. You listen to me. I don't listen to you. Bill, that's funny you say that, because I was actually just talking the other night. February of 2020, I had a ferret that was, and go figure, guys. No, y'all have fun with this. I would probably be the only person in history who has a ferret who was having a sex change. So, he had cancer on his little wee. I'm being nice. And so I noticed it, and I took him to the vet, and because it kept getting bigger like daily. And he's like, okay, it's cancer. So we're going to go in, we're going to stop him being able to use that part, and bring him a tube and make him pee like a girl. And all that. So I was like, okay, go figure. I'd have a ferret that has a sex change. And so of course they had him under sedation. They opened him up. They were about to do it. Well, they flipped him over. His whole insides was covered in cancer. So I was like, can I please Can I please go there? Can you wake him up? Stitch him back up, wake him up so I can tell him bye because that was my baby. I said, can I? And they're like, no, because he'll be in too much pain. So I was all expecting my baby to come home that night, after his sex change or the next night. And so I couldn't be up there. So the vet called me, and he's a good friend of mine. So I knew something was wrong when he called me from the office and versus cell phones. And so he's like, I need you to say it's okay to put him down. I said, I can't. So he called my husband. He says, I need you to say it's okay. He goes, okay. She's not going to be able to, but it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. So they put him down. Michael was sitting there, and about that time, a ball outside moved, and he just felt Stinky was his name. He felt Stinky around, and about that time, we got the phone call that he had actually passed. Mm-hmm.
And I remember when that happened.
We were like, oh, wow. But yeah, I miss my little stinker. I still got two when that happened.
You have another one, don't you?
I have Jaws, and that's because when we got Jaws, it was a biter. We got it because it was a biter, trying to break it. And of course, you break ferrets by biting them back, by the way. And but when he bit you, he would shake his head like a shark.
Oh no.
And then but now he doesn't bite. We started biting him back, and he quit biting. And then we have Bonnie because it's a bandit. So it's like Bonnie and Clyde. And then we just lost Leo, our bearded dragon, this year. But we have 3 leopards. We did have Jonesy, which was our water dragon. Now we have 3 cats. A leopard gecko.
Leopard? I was going to say, did you have like actual leopards or something?
Yeah,
like, wait a second.
So now we got 3 cats and now a dog. I've raised 2 rats. Adorable.
Rats are awesome.
Yeah. Well, they really are, unless you give them to a kid that doesn't like to feed them, and they find food in each other. Because one ate his sister.
I had one that would. They are so smart. He was a white rat, and he would open his cage. I don't know how he did it to this day, but he'd open it only at night, and come sneak in my bed and up my shirt, and that's where he'd sleep.
See, my husband had one named Willard, and it would sit on his shoulder, and he would feed it on the shoulder. Now, my Beardy, when my son was going through boot camp, he was in Crucible. And I was like, if my son can't sleep, I can't sleep because he's my oldest. And I had Leo on my shoulder, my bearded dragon, and he nuzzles in like the curves and all that. And he came up and he started licking my tears because I knew my son was going. If anybody knows anything about Crucible, it's not nice. Mm-hmm. And so I was just thinking about my baby because I'm thinking, my little baby is in the woods or doing whatever. And but he'd come up there, or she'd come up there and she'd lick my teardrops.
Mm-hmm. Animals are really weird. It's ones you don't think have any brains, but they do.
Right.
See, and that's what I said with my rats. We saved them from being snake food.
Yeah.
It was Phoebe, because it was named after Charmed. Phoebe and Julie were our rats.
Were they like really? I'm sure they had to have been huge, right?
They were about that big. The body was about that big.
Yeah. I've had so many because my dad was a vet, and he was a vet volunteer for our local zoo in Kansas. So, like our tigers at the zoo, one of them had a baby. I don't know what was wrong with the baby. I was too young to remember that. But it got to come home. So it slept with me. I slept with the tiger in the bed they grow fast.
I want a fox. I want a fox and a lemur.
I have that too. But this tiger, they grow fast, so they start getting really aggressive when they want to play. Because I'd play with it when it's a baby, but they get aggressive real quick and ended up taking it back. At another point, German Shepherds, believe it or not, I know people think they know the difference. They look like wolves. They do.
Yeah, they do.
Actually, we had my husband when we got married. He had it was a German Shepherd and a timber wolf.
Yeah,
but it looked just like a timber wolf. It became an illegal breed, but she was grandfathered in.
Yeah, and I guess I was in 6th grade or so, and the zoo was like 6 blocks down from my grandma's. and this wolf got loose. I had no idea this thing got loose. All I saw was a dog, and it looked lost and it looked hungry. So I was like, come on, come on. I found a little piece of rope or some crap, string, my backpack. I don't remember what I got. I put it around his neck, pulled it to my grandma's house. It wouldn't come in the house. It was fighting me. So we sat on the porch, and I petted it and gave it food. My dad pulls up and goes, get in the house. Get in the house. I said, okay, but it's coming with me. He said, no, just get in the house. I wouldn't leave it.
Jeremy, do we have a show coming on after ours? Or are we good?
No, we're
Okay.
good.
No.
We can go as long as we want.
Well,
I said,
see,
oh, hell
What?
no. I said, I'm not. I said, I'm staying with this thing. He goes, this is not a dog. Well, yeah, it is. He said, this is a wolf. It escaped from the zoo. That's why I'm here, because I got the call. I said, okay. I didn't know the difference. 6th grade, whatever. He said, they're coming to get it, and I'm going to need you to back away. I said, okay. I started to walk away. He was right with me. And they pulled out that dart gun to tranquilize him. I stood in front of him. I said, I don't think so. You're going to hit me before you hit him.
I'll be right back.
And they were like, no, we have to get this animal. I said, okay. I walked him here. I'll walk him home. I walked him home. And when we got there, of course, come to find out he was the leader of the whole damn pack. So that's why he was halfway docile, because he didn't have his pack to protect. But I could have been hurt pretty bad, I'm pretty sure now. But I took him home. He never got tranquilized. He was good.
Joe, actually, my favorite animal is a dachshund.
What?
The wiener dogs.
Joe was asking our favorite animal pets.
No,
My favorite, yes, it was a dachshund.
Those are the wiener dogs.
Yeah, they are. Those are my favorite pets. Growing up, I've had 4 dogs, one at a time, and 3 of them were dachshunds.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Anita, a wolf mix. Okay, so you had a wolf mix. Tell me, was it wolf enough to where it would chew on wood, and when it peed, it was almost like wax, like it was staying right where it was put? There was no getting it off of there. Jeremy, she wants the names of your dogs.
Yeah, the first one was a dachshund. His name was Pee Wee. That was his name when we picked him up. The second one, I don't know what breed it was. It was a black and white dog. It grew to be a big dog. His name was Zorro. The third one was a dachshund. We called him Yorkie after our last name. And then the last one that I had was another dachshund. He was a long-haired dachshund, and his name was Jay, Jey for my initials.
Hey guys, speaking of pets, I'm about to have to take a shift to keep an eye on mine. So I just have to get off because, after surgery, I don't want the kids to be the ones responsible for them. So love y'all.
Okay. Have a good night, Ilene.
Bye,
Take care,
sweetie.
Ilene.
We all should get off. I got to take my meds before I'm coughing more than I'm talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to cool down after the panic I was suffering earlier today.
Oh, that's okay. You'll be suffering a lot more around midnight.
Nope. I'm gonna be. You know what? I got a video project I'm working on anyway, so I'll stay
It'll
up
be there
past
when you go to
midnight.
bed. It'll be there when you go to bed.
And if I
It might
don't
be
go,
there while you're awake.
yeah, that's
I'm
I'll just
pretty
call the exterminator.
Good. Yeah, I have some ghost cockroaches I keep seeing. I don't know where they're coming from. What cockroaches?
Oh boy.
No,
Oh,
Brad, I think I already got the idea what video you're working on right now.
Speaking of Brad, I do want to touch up on something he was saying earlier. So so I reached out to him about being a guest on 13th Dimension, but he works on Fridays, and he works from 6 p to 6 a. Then he said that he was off next Friday, which
Oh, jeez.
happened to be the one Friday that Nick and I are actually taking off the show because we are both going to be on the road.
You're going to have something to come back to, I promise.
Well, neither one of us are going to be in a position to be able to do a show next Friday.
Or to do anything about what kind of show we do.
Nita, poor Nick, scared for life from reading Metamorphosis.
Yeah.
I can't see
So Nick is actually, I think you're going to Buffalo after Wildwood. Is that right?
No, actually, we're staying at is a casino hotel, and here's the thing: we thought Salamanca was in the Buffalo area, only to find out that Buffalo was actually like an hour drive from Salamanca. So, see again, I've been to Buffalo.
It's more than that. Buffalo is more than that.
Well, no, what I was gonna say is I've been to Buffalo, although that was back when I was like 10 years old. This is my first time ever going to Salamanca, so I'm not really familiar with that area of New York. So
Salamanca is a small town. There's not a whole lot of anything there.
Yeah, I heard it's just like mountains practically. It's like all Appalachia.
Well, you got mountains around the area, so we're kind of like in the valley, but there's not even a Walmart. There in Salamanca. Let's put it that way.
Well, it's like a rural town. Then.
There is a Holiday Inn, a very expensive Holiday Inn. So, so Thursday night, we're going to be doing the investigation at Wildwood, which we're actually going to be doing on the show because Ilene and Adrienne will be our panel while Nick and I do investigations for a couple hours. And what we'll probably end up doing is him in one area, me in another area, because we got 4 floors in this building. And for a couple hours, we'll do like a live panel investigation. And then the next day, Hinsdale House is only, yes, Jill, we are.
Yeah, we are, Jill.
Yeah, we'll be going live at Wildwood through this show. Because this show, we don't have any set format, so we pretty much do whatever. One week we'll have a guest, another week we'll have just the 4 of us just shooting the shit. The next week, we're going to do an investigation. So,
Where's our, I don't know if Jared's still on, but he had a really interesting story earlier that I couldn't quite catch on there because I can't.
Here, I'll go back. Hang on.
But
okay.
If he wants to come on next week, he's welcome to be our guest next week.
What was his last name? Jared. There's a lot of comments, so.
I know. I tried to find you just now, but I couldn't.
Yeah, it's too much. Oh, no, that's not going to happen. The week afterwards, we bring Cockroach Petting Zoo.
Hell
I am
yeah.
so glad that doesn't exist.
They all need love, too.
So then Friday,
the Wildwood.
I don't know if it's set, Nick. You might be able to answer this. I don't know if it's set, but I think we're doing a day tour at Hinsdale House.
Yes, we are.
We are, okay, which is roughly 25 miles away from Wildwood. I didn't realize it was that close a couple of years ago. And Wildwood is a nice, quaint little house. So then after that, it's roughly 7 hours to get back home for me the way that I'm going. And then Nick and Tom are going elsewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna be. We're possibly gonna try to stop at this on the way back home. We're gonna check out if we know of any places that are on the way in like Pennsylvania. We'll stop there, but we're also gonna try to stop at a. It's kind of a Paracon. It's really kind of hard to tell. They're having it out in Ohio. Mike Ricksecker and Brian J. Cano. They're doing some event out in Ohio, and originally Mike Ricksecker was supposed to be part of this trip, but he had to back out because of this event. So on the way back, we might be stopping to see them, but it's going to be a longer drive for us. A good night. Well, my dad says it's only like about a 8.5 hour drive to get from there to Chicago.
Yeah.
Brad.
So there's going to be 5 of us total at Wildwood. I don't know who all will be on live with us when we go live. I know of one who won't be able to because of her job. But I know Nick and I are going to be able to. There's a lady that's going to be joining us that's very familiar with Wildwood. I won't reveal who it is. She'll be a nice special surprise. But yeah, we do.
You know what? I got to answer this for Jill. That's why we actually do have one, Jill.
We're working on a van.
We do have. My dad actually does have an RV. The only problem is we don't really use it that much. No, the RV is actually from the 80s, but
even better.
Well, my dad doesn't trust it going no further than 100 miles.
Yeah, it's a lot more than 100 miles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You need to watch the movie Joe's Apartment.
I think I'm only in Pennsylvania for like 30 minutes because we're going through that top tip once we get out of Ohio and get into New York. Brad, I have been wanting to do Whispers Estate for a long time. Just hadn't been able to do it yet.
I don't know if I've ever heard too much about Whispers Estate.
It's where is it at?
Is that also in New York too, or is that in a different state?
No, it's actually south of Indy.
Oh, so it's like close. Is it like in Kentucky then, or?
No, it's still in Indiana. It's
Mitchell, Indiana. Okay, yeah.
And I don't know exactly where Mitchell is, but it's south of Indy, I think.
Okay, guys, I got to get off too. My meds are going to kick in and it's going to get bad.
Okay. All right. Well, glad you were able to last as long as you did.
Kind of. Hey, we're not in the hospital this week. It's okay. We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay. Adrienne, you do have the intro video, right?
No. Not for this one.
Because I thought I put it on the computer when I was there.
Okay. It might be then. I'm never on this one, so it might be. I'll look. I'll have him look.
Okay.
Thank you, Brad. It was touch and go for a minute, but at least they caught it in time. That's all I can ask for.
Yeah. Yeah, it
all right,
could have been bad.
I'm gonna bail. Okay.
All right.
We love you.
Good night, Adrienne.
All right. Good night, Adrienne. We'll see you later.
All right. Good night, guys.
And now it's down to 2.
Exactly. And too bad that she just left because Jill said, "Love your camo sunflower shirt."
Oh yeah. It went well with the background, that's for sure.
You can make a custom REM pod. Oh, that would be awesome.
Think again, Nick.
Oh wait.
He said custom REM pod.
Wait a minute. Wait.
REM pod. Yeah.
I know. Yep. It just bounced right back to me. Wait a second. Yes. There it is.
So,
Brett, I don't know if that's going to work. It might not work for the human spirits, but it might for the roach spirits. And I think even the human spirits like, you better get that thing away from me right now because our house was infested with cockroaches. Oh, he does make customs though.
So yeah, that's what we got going on next week. There you go. Yeah, you never did answer that, Nick.
Oh yeah, I never did. My favorite animal would have to be. I actually kind of have two. Too bad Adrienne and Eileen were not here because I wanted to see their reaction. And no, Jill, it is not a cockroach either. Uh, the first one, and this is my main one. It's bats. I love bats, and not because of Batman or anything. It's just because I love bats. I think they're cool. Oh yes, Brett. Yes, tonight. As soon after I get off here, I will tell you what song I want because I finally made my decision. He's asking about the song he wanted to add for my music box.
I didn't even have to think about mine. It was,
Which,
it was a Halloween theme song.
I knew it. I knew that you were going to choose that one.
Yeah, I did not have to think. As soon as Brad asked me what kind of song I wanted, I was like, Halloween theme song.
The Cockroach is my friend's song.
Right.
And
he did say he had a creepy version of Ring Around the Rosie.
Yep, I remember hearing about that before. Yeah.
He played it for me, and yeah, it was ethereal. Let's put it that way.
So the other animal so now to the other animal because I said I had two of them. And the other one, again, this one actually I was hoping to get Eileen and Adrienne's reaction. I don't know if they don't like it. I also like sharks. What? Sharks are cool. What's the matter? You scared?
I get so tired of Shark Week and Sharknado and.
I was gonna say, what you ever watch Shark?
What? Yeah, all of those shark movies that they do on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you ever watch? I was gonna say, don't you ever watch Shark Week?
No, I never have.
It is actually true, Brad. Shark Week isn't what it used to be. Yeah, it's really changed a lot. I mean, there is some really cool stuff too. I mean, there's still some cool shows, but there's some other things though that it's just not the same as I remember.
I will admit I do enjoy Jaws.
Well, that's where Shark Week.
Yeah, I do enjoy Jaws, and I seen the trailer for this, but I have not seen it. But the Meg.
The Meg. Oh my God, I love that movie. That was awesome. It actually was really good.
I saw the trailer for it, so I kind of want to see that one.
Oh, you have to, because I saw that at the theater, and I'm not going to say anything about it, but the ending was incredible. It was like so satisfying. It was like, this was like literally one of the best like shark movies I've seen in a long time since Jaws. And because it's great, it gets kind of scary at times, but it's also hilarious. It's like, it's just such a fun movie to watch. And like most previous shark movies, they always make some kind of reference or they pay homage to Jaws. And so I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they always pay an homage to Jaws, though. And yes, Brad, you are right. There's also a Meg 2 coming out. I think it might be. Yep, there's a second one coming. There is actually a second one coming out. It's called the Meg 2: The Trench. And now I did hear that some of the cast from the first movie will be back in this one. And oh, wait a minute, damn it! It's going to be about a year before it comes out. They say it's scheduled to be released in October 4, 2023. I don't want to wait that long.
Yeah, you got to wait just a little bit longer.
Some really good.
Another day or two ain't going to hurt you.
Another good one I remember was what was that movie called? The Open Water. Did you ever see that one, Open Water?
That sounds familiar.
That one came out in the early 2000s, but what was kind of terrifying about that movie was that was based on a true story. Not even kidding.
Huh.
Because that was, if to give just kind of a brief, premise of it is that it's about two scuba divers being left behind. They're floating out there in shark-infested waters. So, and it's just their ordeal trying to survive. And you're miles away from land. you're out in the middle of the ocean and they actually have some type of supplies or whatever. So they think they could actually survive this for just a little while. But the one thing they have to worry about is the sharks.
Wow.
Oh, 50 meters. Oh, 50 meters down. I think she meant 47 meters down. Okay, I'm going to be honest. That movie was good until the ending. I hated the ending.
Don't know that one.
That was I think that came out about 3 years. No, wait. Yeah, it was about 3 years ago that one came out. That was another recent one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't stay caught up on all the shark movies. What I do try to stay up on are some of the new movies that are coming out, but it's really hard to tell sometimes because a lot of people make up some really really good fake poster boards for movies, promoting this movie, that movie, and this movie that are
like Sharknado.
no, movies that are not coming.
Oh, okay. Yep, I know what you're saying.
Movies that are not coming. Like for example, there is a Michael versus Freddy floating out there.
I remember that. Yep.
Yeah. The movie's not happening, but somebody still made a very convincing poster board for it. And there are also a lot of people that are very good at making up trailers for movies that are not happening either by taking all these video clips. And I got to tell you, these trailers are so incredibly well done.
Yeah.
That you think it's a real thing.
I remember actually that like several years ago, I think this was actually back when I was in high school, there was somebody who actually went as far as to making a like Freddy versus Michael trailer. And I've been trying to find that trailer, because I'm thinking it's bound to be on YouTube somewhere, and I have yet to find it. This was not
I never knew about a trailer. I knew there was a poster board.
There was someone who actually made a trailer. Like they took like footage of the movie, like from both movies, and they wanted to make it look like like it was gonna become a crossover, and it was really convincing. But they didn't upload it on YouTube because this was still back in the days when people were actually like uploading them to their actual websites. Like if it's like a horror film website, it wasn't YouTube that they used.
Jill's got a great idea.
You guys cosplay as horror characters for an investigation around Halloween to maybe show us. That would be awesome. I've actually already decided about what I want to be for Halloween this year, believe it or not. I gotta look for the I gotta look for it online to see if I can find the right type of clothing, but I'm thinking about dressing up as Nosferatu.
Well, I have a Michael Myers mask. I have a Jason Voorhees mask.
Can I be on that? I found a scary costume. Wait.
Oh, they're in the other closet. I have a Killer Clown from Outer Space mask.
Okay, I already know what costume Brad is asking. He said he found a scary costume because he's like, can I be in on that?
Yeah.
It's exactly what I think it is. It's a cockroach costume.
Do you even investigate on Halloween? I've never investigated on Halloween night. That is my night to watch two very specific movies. And I do not deviate from that. So Halloween night, I don't do anything but watch those two movies.
I have only investigated twice on Halloween night. One, the first time was actually over 10 years ago. That was when Dave Wismer used to live in a different house that had activity going on in Chicago, although we didn't really get that much activity as much as we were hoping so. But the second time, believe it or not, was actually my very first time that I ever got to investigate with at Carl Schurz High School, because we actually had a number of the kids that were running the paranormal club, and these were, we didn't really have a lot of the younger kids. These were kids who were the adult, kind of like the adult range kids. These were like ages 17 and over. So we had all the kids with us, and some of the stuff we got that night was crazy. In fact,
Yeah.
I still need to check
I
with
still
Dave.
want to check out that school.
What's that?
I still want to check out that school.
Oh, you have no idea. When we checked out one of the bathrooms, in fact, that night on Halloween, we got some crazy stuff there. So sures, especially when it gets, I mean, you can investigate that school any time of the year, but when it's Halloween night there, it's crazy over there.
I want to do a plug right now. We only have 5 viewers, but if you can share out this event that I've got scrolling down here at the bottom, Paranormal Giving Tree. We have a Paranormal Giving Tree page. And what it is that we are doing, giving free investigations to veterans, military veterans, whether they are currently in service or if they have been discharged. We did an event like this last year for frontline workers, nurses, police, all of those people. And we had over 20 locations, quite successful. And then the lady that had done that decided she didn't want to do it anymore because of the amount of work that was behind it. And I'll admit, it's a lot of work. So I took over the organization, and what the hell?
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that. Sorry.
And we renamed it from Paranormal Relief Project to Paranormal Giving Tree. This year we got 5 locations, and we're focusing on veterans, and we just released the tickets a little over a week ago. So if everybody can go to that page, Paranormal Giving Tree, and share out the post that was made with all of the links. Yeah, it's only 5 locations, but we had a very late start this year. And plus, with me being in a hospital and healing up for so long, that did not help matters either. I want to see this thing grow because I want to be able to focus on not just doing investigation, because what it is that these locations are donating their buildings for free for the night. And teams are coming in, unless the location has their own team, are coming in to act as guides. So Nick and I, are doing the Old Lake County Jail in Crown Point, which is a favorite of ours.
Yep.
So actually, that's a great idea, Joe.
Yeah, I was looking at that. Some advertisements at VAs.
So I want the Giving Tree to continue building to where it's doing more than just doing this free investigation one night a year. I want to get charities involved in it, and other stuff. So I want to build this to be a huge organization. Yes, it is run by things, but I want it to be a separate entity. Tickets are limited to military personnel, whether in service or out of service, and they each can bring a guest, 18 or older, and that person does not have to be military, but everybody does have to show ID. So far, only 2 tickets have been sold. They're free tickets. So far, 2 tickets have been ordered. That was from Oglaze Village in Defiance, Ohio. The other locations, last that I saw, none of the tickets have been reserved. That is for Old Lake County Jail in Crown Point, Indiana, Cox Cemetery in Caldwell County, Missouri, Wildwood Sanitarium in Salamanca, New York, um, and Bell Mansion in Fort Wayne, Indiana. So, so if you guys can go to Paranormal Giving Tree and share out the page and the post, I'm pretty sure I have it pinned to the top of the page, so it should be easy to find. Total for the night. Yeah, there's, let's see, 16 for Bell Mansion, 4 for the cemetery. It's a small cemetery. Let's see, I want to say that Oglaze Village is either 16 or 24. Old Lake County Jail is 16, and Salamanca is 16.
Jill's asking what state is the event. It's in a few states. Like you said, 5 locations.
Yeah, 2 are in Indiana. 1 is in New York, 1 is in Ohio, and 1 is in Missouri.
See, it's too bad that I should have talked to my dad about this before. If we wanted to extend a little bit, I would have said, I would have gotten Carl Schurz High School involved for that, but we haven't really heard from them because that way we would have had part of the Giving Tree for Illinois.
Well, I'm going to be getting the committee together, and we're going to set a date for next year. We didn't set a date until fall for this year. So we already were very limited in time. And then when everything happened with me, with my accident, that really put a stop on things, though it shouldn't have because we have a committee.
Right.
But, it is what it is. So I want to get an early start on next year's and figure out what we're gonna do for that.
That would be nice because I definitely would like to start seeing. Okay, so yeah, so Indiana, New York, Ohio, and Missouri. That's correct, Jill.
Eventually, I would like to get this worldwide. And also, and the event is on Saturday, July 30th, and we will be streaming this on Things Network.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan is to have one person be host. Think of it a la Josh Gates during the Halloween specials that Taps would have.
Mm-hmm.
And he would be host, and then the camera would split off into different areas of whatever building they are at. That is the plan for this one. We're going to have somebody in as host. The person that I want to be host, I've already talked to him. He is double checking on his dates to make sure that he can do it. And then we're going to work on being able to go live at those locations and just go back and forth and do that for a couple hours. And the plan is once we build and build and build, we may be able, if we go overseas, we might be able to do this as a 24-hour stream where they start out there in Asia and work their way all the way over to Europe. Asia gets so many hours, Europe gets so many hours, and then when it comes to the States, we get so many hours. That way it's a constant stream. That's the plan. That's the long-term goal. That's going to take a long time to get there.
Oh, yeah. It will take some time, but we'll eventually get to that point.
Yeah. Yes. And that's where the time zone comes into play to be able to do this for 24 hours. Start all the way over there and then work the way over to here. It would be groundbreaking, I think, because I had never seen anybody do anything like that before. But that's what I want to do.
It's definitely something I can already, envision how it would look, and I think it would look great. I mean, that would be great.
Yeah. So there's that. Also, I've got a lot of new things that I'm working on for the Things team. More specifically, the Things family. That one is taking a lot of work right now. What else? Yeah, just a bunch of different things that I'm working on. So, and that's the advantage of being home pretty much 24/7. That it actually allows me the time to be able to work on all this.
Right.
But yeah, tomorrow we have Gary Hazeltine. No, Jill. Are you talking about all of us show hosts? No, I'm in Indiana. Nick is in Illinois.
Yeah.
Adrienne is Colorado, and Ilene is in Mississippi.
Although where I live, Jill, because I live in Chicago, I'm only an hour away from the Illinois-Indiana border, so I'm only 3.5 hours away out of from like where Jeremy is, and also the spot where I'm at. I'm also an hour south of the Illinois-Wisconsin border, and only about 2.5 hours away from the Illinois-Iowa border. So I'm kind of close to the other states as well, not just Chicago.
Yeah. Things is based in Indiana. Things stands for the Hoosiers Investigating Negro Society. And Adrienne actually leads up our sister team, Things of Colorado, which is a really, really unique idea. I was so glad for that to happen. But we do have the Things family, which has multiple teams worldwide, but they don't carry the Things name. They are just in like a database. So let's say I have a team in Wisconsin. I don't, but let's say I have a team in Wisconsin. I get a call from somebody in Wisconsin. Hey, I need help. I can point them to that in that team's direction, and that's the point of the Things family. And I am getting ready to roll out a lot
Excuse me.
concerning the Things family, so stay tuned for that. I'm currently working hard on this one. I'll
Greg's in
get
Minnesota. That's right.
you on that one, Brad. But currently I am revamping everything, so you'll see.
And to also answer Brett's question, yeah, I'm only an hour away from, like I said, the Illinois-Wisconsin border. Like, for example, one of the towns I'm familiar up in Wisconsin is Elkhorn, Wisconsin. That's like where the Beast of Bray Road is said to be seen. So that's Elkhorn is only an hour away. So I'm really close to, again, the Wisconsin and Indiana borders. And also, I almost forgot, I'm also only 2 hours away from as I would call the corner border of Michigan. So again, there's another state that's not too far from me.
So there's that.
One of us moved. Oh, check this out. When one of us moved to Alaska, then we could form Things there too.
Find somebody willing to move to Alaska. I don't think I'm willing to go to Alaska.
I'm willing to visit, but I don't know if I want to stay in Alaska.
Oh yeah, visit. And also, since we are getting like,
my wife won't let us.
Yeah, I can't say I blame her. So since we are, in like a serious portion here, so So yeah, we have a lot of fun. We do all these shows, but the entire purpose of things is helping people.
Yep.
That is our number one priority above all others. Yeah, we do these shows. We do fun events and everything, but when it comes to helping out people, that is our number one priority.
That's when we
And
get serious.
yeah, and that's the whole purpose of the Thanks family, so that we can be able to get help to people. Um, and that's why, from a question that Adrienne had actually presented to me, about getting help for somebody that wasn't not necessarily directly related to what we do, it started spinning wheels in my head, and that's why I'm getting ready to start rolling things out. Um, but it's going to take some time before I do roll them out. But I want so bad to tell you all what everything is, but I want to make sure everything is right before I roll them out.
Brad's got a point here. Investigations are nice, but it's always a priority to help those in need.
Yes. And Brad, I am definitely going to have you involved on one of those things that I'm working on. But give me time. So yeah, tomorrow we got Gary Heseltine from the UK. We're going to be talking about UFOs, and I am so excited for this show.
Yeah,
I cannot.
this is good. This is going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. Yeah, I cannot wait. Last year we had Russell Edwards talking about the Jack the Ripper case. That was our biggest high profile episode that we did, because he named Jack the Ripper and presented evidence that takes away all doubt who Jack the Ripper was.
Oh my god, that show, that had to have been literally like one of the best shows I've ever seen so far. I mean,
It was my favorite show.
Yeah,
it was my favorite episode of the 13th Dimension. I wasn't even a part of it.
Yeah, and I was like the same reaction to how like Tim, Crystal, and Scotty was part of that too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was like the same way as they were. I mean, my eyes were just huge, and they were like drum like. I just didn't even. It got to a point where I was just such in awe that I couldn't even speak.
Not H.H. Holmes, not him.
No, not him. No, there's always been like a speculation supposedly that it was him, but when we've now came to the realization he wasn't. Because again, living in Chicago, we pretty much have already covered a lot of his tracks already and his whereabouts.
Yeah, and the reason I wasn't a part of Aaron coming in here.
What's that? Or
that Aaron guy, that's who he named, Aaron Kaminsky.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so that's who he named, and he presented the evidence of a Shaw that had never been shown on a show. There were pictures of the Shaw floating all over the internet, but nobody had actual video of the Shaw until he pulled it out on our show, which to me was the moment that made 13th Dimension, the single moment that made the 13th Dimension. And I wasn't on that episode because I was actually out of town going to the Masonic Temple. Right. So that's why Tim, Crystal, and Scott did the show, and I wasn't on there because I wasn't here to do it. But that was our single biggest high-profile episode of last season. This season, to me, is Gary Heseltine. So you are not going to want to miss this episode. And then, of course, next week, Nick and I are going to be at Wildwood Sanitarium, so we'll be going live from there on this show. And then 13th Dimension next week, we will not have an episode. Well, I may not even be home yet.
Yeah.
I know you won't be. You might be at a hotel, but so we decided not to do a show at all because we're both going to be pretty tired. Like I said, I may not even be home. I don't know yet. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got.
Well, I just got to say, I mean, for this episode that we're going to be doing tomorrow, it just seems like anytime you do some like, you know, you do a whole season of a particular show, you're always going to have that one special episode in each season.
Could I set up a rerun?
Set up a rerun of.
Actually, I can.
Since he's saying since there's no show, you might as well just have rerun one of those shows.
I can actually do that. I can set up the Jack the Ripper show and play it next week, and I can do that several days in advance too. So I can actually do that. Yeah. That way everybody. Now, I will say this: when they did, it was a pre-recorded episode, and that's the part I wasn't on. We did do a live. So they pre-recorded it on Saturday. Yeah, they pre-recorded on Saturday, and we aired it on Friday. But we didn't do it as a premiere. I didn't know how to do that at the time. So what we did is that we all came in live on Friday. So I will be there for the first few minutes. And then I'm going to play the video and play it all throughout. And then we will all be on there again at the very end of the video. So, yeah. But yeah, I can absolutely set it up like that for next week so that you guys can all see it. You look like you're in Warp Drive.
Warp Drive?
Yep.
Oh, you know what? It's not an effect, but it's actually a scene from a movie. I'm surprised no one has ever recognized what this was from. Brad, niggas time traveling. It's actually the Stargate sequence from the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey. The Stargate sequence. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah.
All right. That movie itself was groundbreaking.
It was good, but oh my god, that was like a 3-hour movie. And there were times where there was like no dialogue at all.
I was just getting ready to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but I felt like there were times I didn't think it was because it was boring, but there were times I kind of just fell asleep because there was just nothing going on.
Right, but it made sense for it to not have dialogue because the movie was telling a story, even though the people weren't talking.
Yeah, I especially like this, like right now it's showing the Stargate sequence. There's no dialogue at all. I mean, I think it's like that for the rest of that movie. Then there's nothing, so you can only just sit and watch and see what happens.
So with that. Do you have the wormhole sequence from the movie Stargate?
Well, see, I only got the Stargate sequence, so I think that's the same scene, I think.
No, the movie Stargate.
Oh, Stargate. No, I don't. I don't have.
Yeah, the movie.
I've never seen Stargate, but I'm sure the scene is probably there on YouTube.
Yeah, because Stargate. Yeah. Stargate is actually one of my favorite TV shows. I prefer Stargate over Star Wars, Star Trek, everything else. Because to me, Stargate is probably more closer to the truth than the other two are.
Right. I don't get what Jill's saying. What? oh, she's saying that in response to what I said. How have I not seen the Stargate movie though? No, I just haven't had the chance.
Well, if you do, watch the movie first with Kurt Russell and James Spader, because that's what starts the whole thing.
Okay.
And then it goes into the TV series with Richard Dean Anderson.
Okay, so yeah, I guess I will have to look.
The Stargate movie first.
I like Jill's comment saying, "Don't you like Egyptian stuff and aliens?" I mean, I never really said I was into like Egyptian stuff, but I've been slowly getting into it because it has been connected with extraterrestrials. Then SG-1, then Atlantis, then Universe,
and then Universe, yeah. And at the end of SG-1, they do have 2 movies after SG-1. But they pretty much they kind of bring the SG-1 saga to a close. Atlantis, they brought it to a close, but they brought it to a close too quick.
Yeah, because Jill saying I thought there was a
Continuum is one of the 2 movies that actually Continuum was the movie that concluded the entire SG-1 series. And then Universe, they never really got to tell its story.
Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, SGU was sadly canceled.
Yeah, SGU, that's Stargate Universe. They only went 2 seasons, but they could have done so much with that one. But unfortunately, they canceled it.
That sounds like that would have been good.
It was. It was a little difficult to get into at first, but once the story got along, then you can't help but to be into it.
Well, Brad's saying that there is talks of a new one being made.
They have been talking about doing direct sequels to the original movie, because Roland Emmerich, he's the one who created and made the Stargate movie. He's the one who created Independence Day and 2012.
2012.
Yeah. He had been talking about turning the original Stargate movie into a trilogy, but that hasn't happened.
Most of the cast from SG-1 is wanting to make another.
Oh, for that. Okay, I don't know anything about that one. I just know that they have been wanting to make based off of the original movie. But it's been so far out, I don't know if they can come up with a story that actually makes sense, but I don't know. So anyway, it's almost 11 o'clock. We should really wrap up this show.
I mean, the only announcement I can really come up with as of right now is I'm still waiting for more participants for the audiobook stories of Nightmare Soup. I already got a few more this week. We're already up to at least 22 stories, so we're already more than halfway through. I'm just waiting among the last, just 13. I think there was only like 12 or 13 stories left that I'm still waiting on. So hopefully, once I get them, I know Jason. He actually, for example, he's going to re-record his, so it'll be soon 23. But after sometime in late July, hopefully I'll start working on them and get them released, because I am planning on releasing them sometime in late July. So and Brad, and I will be working on Paranormal Cockroach tonight. Oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, Jill's a big fan girl. I love Star Trek, I love Star Wars, but if I have to make a pick, Stargate, Star Trek, then Star Wars. That's my order.
I never really could get into like a lot of Star Trek, but I've always grown up with Star Wars. I was more into Star Wars than Star Trek. So, and I still am. I'm still a huge Star Wars fan. In fact, Jill, I'm gonna have to. I actually did something that was kind of paying tribute to Star Wars with my Scary Stories host character, but I did it in a more horror way. But either way, you can kind of tell it was based on. Well, let's just say this: I took the. If you remember as like you see behind me right now, the Force lightning. I did something like that with my character, but I did that in a more kind of ghostly and scarier way. I'll have to send you the pictures for that. I think that's something you're probably going to enjoy. It's really cool.
Okay.
And
also, if any of you guys have topic suggestions for future supernatural talk, let us know. Because again, not every show is going to have a guest. I actually like doing this, like what we did today. Just start off with something, just let it go.
Yeah, the cockroach thing got out of control, though. With all the pictures. Oh, Jill says she's got one.
I'm not going to do any more cockroaches.
Yeah. Oh, have you done a Bigfoot one? We haven't done a Bigfoot one yet, as far as I know. No, we haven't.
But I would like to do a Bigfoot one. I would like to do a show on horror movies.
Yep. You know what? I just thought of something. Because remember, so I haven't fully made this, obviously a full announcement yet. But Brad, Jill, in case you guys want to check it out eventually, one of my best friends who also lives, who lives in the Chicago area, he's interested in starting a show of his own, involving horror movies. It's like basically a conversation, also movie review, if you will. He does already do something like that on his YouTube, but he would like to now expand and extend it into a show. So if we do like a show where we're talking about movies, I would suggest Don would be kind of like an ideal guest eventually, because he knows a lot of stuff on movies.
Oh.
And Skinwalker stuff, that's another one too.
Skinwalker, we would need Jennifer on with that one.
Yep.
She lives by Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah, she lives in Utah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so before we go, I do want to plug two things for the Things Network. First of all, the LinkedIn page. If any of you guys out there are on LinkedIn, please go to Things Network on that platform and give it a follow, because I want to eventually put this show on that platform. Because right now we are streaming this show onto Things Network on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter, but we're also streaming it out to the Things Universal page, which is the central thing for all things. We're also putting it on the Temple of Phoenix page, Spirit Network page, and the Hoosiers Investigating New Ghost Society page. The last four, I want to eventually take the show off of those four to put on Things Network on other platforms like LinkedIn and TikTok. The Real Things Network on TikTok. We need people following there so that we can be able to go live there. Because the end goal is to be able to have Supernatural Talk and 13th Dimension on Things Network on 8 different platforms. That's the goal. But on TikTok and LinkedIn, we have to have On TikTok, we have to have 1,000 followers, which right now we're just over 400. And on LinkedIn, we need to have 150 followers, which we're right around 70, I think. So if any of you guys have those, please give us a follow there so that we can be able to put yeah, hold on.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see. I was looking for more. Oh wait, here we go. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll be honest. You did a better job than what I, sharing the link than what I was trying to do earlier today when I was, commenting back when someone was saying that this was a J-rated show, and I was trying to say the show is rated G for Gorilla Glue, and all of a sudden it just like it got sent like everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing here.
I did not mean to do that earlier tonight. I was only going to do just one. Have you guys?
I do not have any GoPros.
I would love to. Well, my friend, Don, he has a GoPro. I would love to get a GoPro at some point, but my God, those things are just. I'm sorry, rated G for Google.
Actually, I was going to say it should be rated GG if he was going to use the Gorilla Glue thing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. But no, I would love to get a GoPro at some point. But yeah, they're expensive as hell. I mean, they're not hugely expensive, but just right now they're like what, like $150, $200 to get nowadays.
I don't know.
I don't know what it is like if you go to like. Some of them are even more expensive if you purchase them online. I guess it depends, but I know they sell them at I know they sell them at. Sorry, I lost my train of thought for a second. I know they sell them at. I know it sucks, but it came back. I know you can get them at Best Buy. I don't know if you can get them at Target, and that's the other thing too. That Brian makes a good point. I'm not sure if they can go live either. I mean, unless I see like.
I think certain ones can, but I'm not sure.
And that's probably the ones where they're probably more expensive because now they have that feature. So, although that night vision camera I do have though that we filmed previously at Crown Point Jail, I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. But that you can connect with on Facebook and you can film live through that. But I've never figured out how that works. Like, how do you film it? Like and connect it on Facebook. Is there like
right?
I don't know. There's like a button you got to press, or there's actually a cord you got to connect to the phone with. I have no idea.
Sure. But until then, the way for us to go live during investigations are on our phones.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's probably like videos of how to do it, but I just haven't figured it out.
Yeah.
One day soon.
So we've been at it for over 3 hours now. So when do you say we wrap this up?
Yeah, we definitely do, because of course, obviously, as usual, I got to work tomorrow, and of course, we'll be back just another night. You have to be on hotspot on your phone, maybe. I don't know if that's in regards to the comments. Send me what type of camera it is.
My phone, this should not be an issue. Apparently, you have choice to.
But yeah,
Jill, if you have chores to do, you can actually do them while we're doing the shows.
That's what I do all the time.
You can just listen to us.
Yeah, that's what I do all the time. But yeah, Brett saying, send me what type of camera it is, and I'll look it up. Thank you, Jill. It should be working. Yeah, but it's overrated. Never-ending chores, LOL, and no.
Yeah, but this does make me feel good that people really enjoy our shows.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That makes me pretty satisfied.
It does, and it makes the whole thing worth it too. So thank you.
Yep.
So with that being said, I think it's time for us to go bye-bye.
I was about to say, well, wait, aren't we supposed to say our usual? I'm like, no, wait, that's 13th dimension. That's tomorrow night when we say if it's paranormal, but that's for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's tomorrow.
Because usually we usually always end it with both Adrienne or Ilene or one of them. So
yeah, we don't have a tagline for Supernatural Talk. The only thing that is for certain on Supernatural Talk is we don't know what we're going to talk about.
When I used to do that other show, Paranormal Mysteries, they had a tagline at the end. That was when Tom and Amy were part of the old, with us then. And she would always say at the end, "Stays spooky." That's how she always would end it. So it seemed like Friday was like the only day where you guys had like taglines for the end. Thanks, thanks for the crazy. That's your tagline.
The only thing that I say pretty much every time is thanking the audience for playing along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't think.
I stole that from Ron White.
I was gonna say, don't thank the cockroaches, though. That's all I'm gonna say. Aliens.
Yeah, aliens tomorrow.
I'm excited. Here's something I should have Jill look up actually, and before you say, Jill, no, it has nothing to do with cockroaches. I swear. I've been trying to look for this video actually for like the last couple of weeks. They had it on a show, and you've seen that show, The Osbournes Want to Believe on Travel Channel. Whoa, jeez, I don't know where that came from.
No, I have never watched the Oz. No.
Okay, well, I enjoy it. I think it's hilarious. But they showed a video. Like most of these videos you could find on YouTube, but they showed a video where there was like a UFO video actually up in Wisconsin, and the guy who was filming on his phone. He's like freaking out. He's like, he keeps repeating several times, like with his hands, like, "Those are aliens!" And he starts yelling out, "Aliens! Aliens!" If you haven't seen that, Jill, you gotta watch that. It is so. Oh, no other footage. Okay, so then you probably have seen it. Then it's like the funniest. Even if this is a legit UFO video, it's probably the funniest one I ever heard because I've never seen anyone freak out so bad because he's like, "Oh no, they stopped, they divided."
Dude, run!
Yeah. One day I'm going to find out without the Osbournes Want to Believe footage because I just want to listen to it just to laugh my head off of it. And Jill's saying, "You must see that show."
You know what? That girl is wanting me to do a lot of things.
Yeah, it seems like that's.
Yeah, she wants me to do a lot of things.
Do you love the Bats animation? Oh, do you love the Bats animation they do? Yeah, the Bats. Yeah, they do. They got a really cool introduction. They like not only just the introduction, but also like commercial breaks and the credits. Where if they're going to commercial or if they're going to another segment of their show, they always have like these bats that would fly off. Like fly onto the camera. I mean, it's very it's very Halloween themed. I love the animation they use for like their credits and stuff. So it's a good show.
Now, one thing I do want to say about Ozzy, is that I love the one song he does called "Dreamer."
I don't know if I've ever heard of that one.
Look it up. It is so good. It is the anti-Ozzy song.
The anti-Ozzy song. Okay.
It is.
Wow.
It is completely different from what you would expect out of him.
Okay.
It is completely not in his style, but it's like the best song I've ever heard him do.
I'm gonna have to listen to it. Maybe I'll listen to it right after I get off.
It's called Dreamer. So good, and you can actually understand everything he says.
Is this like an older song like from the 70s
Yeah,
or
it was. I want to say late '90s.
late 90s? Oh, so this is
Yeah, I want to
it's an
say it
old
was late
song, but
'90s. Yeah, it's an old song.
Dreamer, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, found it. I got it. Oh, they even
Okay.
have a video. They even have a music video of it.
Oh yeah, it was a single. I don't know how successful it was as a single, but to me, it's the best thing he's ever done.
Yeah, I'll definitely check this out. This looks
Yeah.
interesting. I got to
So
bring this. I got to just say one thing for Jill too. One final thing, because she said she's seen all the show. One thing I always love with what Ozzy always says. He says this is almost like a gag on the show. Like anytime like they're viewing like not every single time, but anytime like they particular like watch like a type of paranormal video, especially if it's like UFO or extraterrestrial, he just goes down with one guess, and it's always ball lightning. He always says ball lightning all the time.
yeah.
And it got so popular that Jack Osborne, he created a count of how many times he's saying ball lightning.
Oh, and also, Dreamer is a song that I am planning on doing on TikTok one day. For my singing videos on TikTok,
Yep,
Dreamer is one of those songs I am planning on doing at some point.
that's gonna be exciting. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, it does already look pretty interesting right now, so I
Yeah.
can't wait to listen to it right after I'm done. Jill knows what I'm talking about too. Again, the ball lightning thing.
Yeah. Okay, so with that,
Okay.
we are an hour and 15, or now an hour and 16 minutes beyond our end time. so, so let's just go ahead and close out the show. Thank you, everybody, for playing along. You guys make it go.
Yes, I will, Brad. I already got it. I made my decision. I'll send it to you.
After he listens to Dreamer, Brad.
After... Exactly, yes.
You got to prioritize.
Yeah.
So,
Good night, Jill.
all right, thank you, everybody. This another fun show. And we will see you guys tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. So
Have a good night, everybody.
ready. After he listens to Cockroach is My Friend song. Good night, everyone.